guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin.
Universes have ended up in this condition, but you have my respect for coming back knowing that 95% of your power is sealed. It doesn't matter if I die, there is still hope. At that moment, Yamoshi would throw a large sphere of energy towards Goku, which seemed to have disintegrated him completely. Even if I die, my Saiyan essence is completely disintegrated. Universal reincarnation! In that instant, all the universes, galaxies, absolutely all the multiverse of Zeno-sama had returned to the past. But before Daishiken was affected, he would use a great part of his power with which he would neutralize the definitive technique of Yamoshi. At that instant that all the universes returned to the past, Daishiken was completely alone in the realm of everything. Damn Saiyan, back in time he didn't care about quitting existing. To use such power would have ended his life essence. But it doesn't matter. I have the power that I've accumulated in all this time. There's no being that is capable of confronting me. However, in all of Universe 7, but specifically on the planet named Vegeta, a powerful barrier was covering everything around it. What the hell? Why does my body feel so small? What does this mean? That's right, Goku had been reborn, but at the moment, he would be able to observe Yamoshi in his mind. Kakarot, with my last energy reserve, I've been able to make everything happen again. You have only one chance. I have granted you the power of the Omni Saiyan. That's right, despite being only a child, the power of the Omni Saiyan was released from his body, destroying much of the entire planet of Vegeta, but Yamoshi's powerful barrier was able to withstand it. Kakarot, I trust you. Don't let the priest discover you until you're ready to fight him again, because this power is the same. I have one more chance to defeat that bastard. I can't believe we're in the past again. What happened to my family and friends? Meanwhile, King Vegeta, at that moment, would give maximum alert upon realizing that a simple Saiyan child had such power, would give the order for his execution. Bardock, to know about the order of King Vegeta, and sensing the betrayal of Frieza, would send his son to the planet Earth, which upon arrival would be found in the same way by Grandpa Gohan. All the adventures of Goku would pass normally. The only difference would be that this time, everything would be extremely easy for the Saiyan warrior. After a few years, Goku had reached his adulthood, but it would take an unexpected turn. The evil Emperor Frieza would arrive to planet Earth in search of the Dragon Balls. All the soldiers would begin to destroy the entire planet Earth. At the same time, Goku would stand in front of the army of Frieza, being able to kill each soldier in one move. Frieza would be a little surprised, but to feel a strange pressure in his body, he would decide to access his last form. You Saiyan is very similar to the Saiyan that faced me when I destroyed the entire planet of Vegeta. It was a wonderful fireworks display. Frieza, despite being in the past or the future, you don't change, but this time I'll have to finish you off. Goku, without much effort, would end the life of the evil Emperor, making it look like something very simple. However, a powerful goddess was watching him. That's right, as Yamoshi was mortal, his technique suffered several mistakes, but he fulfilled the task, but beings that did not exist before in his multiverse. Wow, the power of that Saiyan is incredible. I can feel the ki from a god from within. Meanwhile, on Beerus's planet, he would wake up much earlier than expected because he felt the energy of a god. Hey, Whis, what happened to my absence? There's some important news. Mr. Beerus, Frieza is dead. What? Someone has enough power to kill Frieza? That's right, my lord, and he's a Saiyan, who even possesses the power of a god. I cannot tell how much, but he has in his being the essence of a god. So a god? This is much more interesting than I thought. Take me to that Saiyan. I want to have a fight with him. At that moment, Whis, together with Beerus, were heading to planet Earth. However, Goku, noticing the presence of Beerus and Whis, would use teleportation, appearing in front of both deities. Whis would stop abruptly, which would make Beerus angry. Hey, Whis, what the hell's wrong with you? Don't ever stop like that again. However, the look of Beerus would change to a much more serious one when he realized that a being was in front of them, and his presence was somewhat doubtful. You are the Saiyan Son Goku, or also known as Kakarot. How have you been able to find us? Mortals cannot sense the ki of a god. It's something very easy to answer. I'm not a simple mortal. Many years ago, I stopped being one. I want to have a little power battle with you, Saiyan. In case you make me use 20% of all my power, I'll let you go. Otherwise, I'll lend your pathetic life. Goku with a smile passing to the Super Saiyan, with which both warriors began to fight. While Goku exchanged blows, he remembered his first battle with Beerus. I promise that everything will return to normal, and I'll finish with the damn Daishoken. Instantly, Goku was very distracted. He received a blow which made him fall to a planet. Being dragged a few meters, Goku would quickly recover from the blow. Wow, you're very powerful. But how about this? I'll use my divine ki. Beerus and Whis were very surprised to know that the Saiyan would use the power of a god. Goku would instantly access the Super Saiyan Blue, knowing that the entire Universe 7 was sealed by a barrier which did not allow its power to expand. What do you think of this, Beerus? Do you think you have enough power to face me? Beerus, a little annoyed by Goku's question, went on the attack. However, at this moment, the difference in power was abysmal, because Goku possessed the power of the Omni God, which he had never used since his birth. Instantly, Beerus would raise a large part of his power, which would leave Goku very surprised, because he had never seen the maximum power of Beerus. I've never used my full power, but you're worthy. Beerus, with maximum speed, would begin to intermarry blows with Goku, which this time is blows if they cause some power of the blow. Oh, I'm sorry, Saiyan. I thought you had your guard up, but my next move will be much slower. Goku, a little upset, threw himself against Sirius, who was surprised to realize that the power of Sirius was able to humiliate him without any effort. Goku at that moment would receive a big blow to his stomach, and with a kick he'd be sent flying again, losing the state of Ultra Instinct. Ouch! That really hurt. Who the hell is this woman? She possesses the power that's abominable. I can't believe it. Goku would begin to immediately increase his part of his power greatly. That's right, Goku would begin to access the perfect Ultra Instinct, but the power he possessed in that state was insane. So, you plan to use a great part of all your power. This is interesting. You gods of this universe go away. This is going to be fun. Sirius, in the same way, would increase her power in an unreal way, but both increasing her powers in such an abysmal way, hundreds of planets would be destroyed by the simple distortion of powers. At the moment, an incredible Silver Ozaru would be observed throughout the Universe 7. The power of both warriors was the place where Goku was, which had released much more power in his state of Ultra Instinct. Ha! You're fast, but your punches aren't so powerful. With those simple punches, you won't be able to beat me. Sirius, a little annoyed at being underestimated, would give him millions of blows in a matter of seconds, which Goku was able to dodge a few. At the moment, Sirius with a strong kick would send him flying. Instantly, large amounts of blood came out all of Goku's body, which was in a terrible state. That really caused me a lot of pain. What the hell happened? When I released that with 50% of my full power, I was not able to hurt you. I raised my power to 65% of my full power, and I could see that it's a big difference. This crazy woman could kill me. I can't allow that. I don't know what your name is, but this time, I'll show you the power that goes beyond the Ultra Instinct. Goku would begin to increase his power in an amazing way, with which his power began to destroy everything around him. That's right, this time Son Goku's hair began to grow. Sirius, from a strong roar of Ozaru, would go back a few meters, due to the sonic power of the roar. What is this guy? Since he's not a simple god, and much less a mortal, but every moment he awakens my interest. I'll take him to my planet. At that moment of a great explosion, Goku would appear with the Ultra Instinct Phase 3, which, with an intimidating look, would make fall a great pressure on the goddess, who did not flinch. Your power has risen unrealistically high, but you still don't possess the necessary power to be able to... Sirius had not been able to finish her sentence since a strong blow from Goku had sent her flying to a planet, being dragged by several mountains of the place. What do you think about the power of a true Saiyan? Do you think you could do something against me? Sirius at that moment would recover from the blow and, with an enormous fury, would throw himself against Goku. While the battle of both beings was taking place, Daishinkan had arrived at one of the 3 points of the Supreme Gods, observing a being which never in his timeline had seen. However, at the same time of being closer, a blood-red pressure would make Daishinkan kiss the ground. That's right, Daishinkan was totally prostrated on the floor of the Supreme God. "What's the matter, Your Majesty? I did nothing to disrespect you. Please stop releasing your pressure. I'm not able to move." "Haha! So you have nothing to disrespect me, you useless priest. You should know that to enter my territory you must bow and ask for my authorization." Sorry, my lord. I didn't remember. Please spare my life, I implore you." Frank, which was the subject's name, would stop emitting his incredible pressure, allowing Daishinkan to be able to move with some freedom. "Tell me, what are you being offered, miserable good-for-nothing? In case it's stupidity, I won't hesitate to end your pathetic life." "The great Zeno-sama has requested the presence of the 3 Supreme Gods, and I've come here to inform him." "So Zeno wants a meeting? What the hell does he want this time?" "Alright, priest, you may go." Daishinkan, upon giving the information, would leave quickly. He was very confused about everything that was happening. What the hell happened? We're the Supreme Gods and the Divine God. Daishinkan would quickly go to another location of the new Supreme God. Meanwhile, returning to the battlefield, Sirius was very badly wounded, with multiple wounds all over her body. "Damn, I didn't think that the simple Saiyan would be able to make me use all my power. I hope you're ready. Now, go all out!" Sirius at that moment would raise her power to the maximum, with which the barrier that Yamoshi had placed throughout the Universe 7 would be completely destroyed. Goku, realizing this, would quickly use the power of his eye. Since possessing the Omni power, he was able to change dimensions. That's right, Goku had teleported together with Sirius to a very different dimension. "What the hell have you done, you Saiyan? I don't want to fight with you anymore, and I can see that you have no bad intentions, so I'll reveal to you who I really am." Goku in that instant would return to his base state, putting a very serious look on. While Sirius would diminish her power, being at rest, Goku at that moment would explain that he comes from the future of 20 years, which Sirius was not able to believe anything she heard. "I know it's something very complicated to assimilate, but all this is true. A powerful guy named Yamoshi was able to save me, giving me another chance to defeat Daishinkan." "I can't believe anything you say. Since the powerful god Yamoshi exists in our time, he's called the Divine God, but he possesses pure evil in his heart." Goku would be astonished by what Sirius said. He was not able to assimilate it, remembering the exact moment in which Yamoshi had sacrificed every part of his divine essence to be able to perform his Megaversal Restart technique. However, at that moment, Daishinkan would communicate telepathically with Sirius, not finding her on his planet. "Sirius-sama, the great Zeno-sama has requested your presence." "Understood. In a moment I'll be at the palace of the King of Everything." Sirius would leave the dimension where he was together with Goku, while Goku was in a state of shock, because he didn't know what was happening. "Oh, what the hell's going on? I'm not able to assimilate anything that Sirius had told me. Another Yamoshi? How is that possible?" Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, the 3 Supreme Gods had arrived, while Daishinkan would stare at because he had never seen them before. But at that very moment, an incredible dark power would be felt all over the place. The same palace as Zeno-sama began to be destroyed a little. While a silhouette was present, that's right, at the moment Yamoshi, the powerful divine god, would be present in the Kingdom of All, with which its incredible power would make the Supreme Gods fall to their knees, which released their power to not be affected. However, all beings in the Kingdom of All were not able to breathe except for Zeno, which was, with a neutral look, instantly a great light would be observed throughout the place. "What the hell is happening? I'm not able to move. The useless Zeno-sama is able to do it as if it were easy." "The King of All, with his base state, is able to withstand the pressure of the Divine God, Yamoshi, but he was decided to transform." Daishinkan at that moment would be even more surprised to know that the King of Everything possessed a transformation. The pressure of Zeno-sama was much more aggressive than the pressure of Yamoshi, which made the pressure of Yamoshi disappear. But the pressure of Zeno-sama was able to make all the Supreme Gods fall to their knees, while Zeno-sama and Yamoshi stared at each other. "Long time no see, Zeno-sama." "Same to you, Yamoshi the Destroyer. Daishinkan would be very surprised to realize that the warrior in front of him was Yamoshi. However, the Yamoshi of his timeline possessed a quiet power and far beyond this version. Damn it, Yamoshi's technique has too many mistakes. Even created a version of it, but with an incredible evil power. The reason why I have called you depends on the fact that a space-time rift had been found. We don't know which being has caused it. That's why be on guard. Is it something bad? Or why is it the only reason you sent for us? Oh, we don't know if a being has entered our multiverse. For that reason, you are informed as the most powerful gods. Now, you can leave. All the gods would leave the place while Daishinkan was very thoughtful, and he would observe that the king of everything had returned to his base state. Hell, this will be much harder than it was in my time. Meanwhile with Cirrus, she was in her palace deep in thought as everything that the king of everything had reported matched the Saiyan's word. However, at that moment a hole would form in the place of Cirrus, which would stand on guard. However, it was Goku. How are you able to get to this place? Even though you call yourself a supreme goddess, I'm able to sense your power throughout the multiverse, so it's easy for me to locate you. I understand. Tell me, what do you want? I want you to take me to Yamoshi. I have several questions to ask him. Cirrus would be very surprised because even she didn't have enough courage to enter the territory of the powerful divine god Yamoshi. I won't do it. That's going to be certain death. Yamoshi's temperament is very explosive. In that same place, he's capable of killing us all. I beg you, Cirrus. I have to know what I have to do. I feel lost. Goku was able to convince Cirrus, so at that moment, both warriors, with the charge of dimension of Cirrus, had arrived in the matter of seconds to a place that even seemed like hell itself. What the hell is this place? Is there anyone who can inhabit this place? However, at that moment, a great pressure would fall on the body of both. Goku would fall to the ground very badly injured, being only in his base state, but at the moment, he would access the Ultra Instinct, being able to stand up. What do you want, Cirrus? And why do you bring a Saiyan to my world? Do you want to die? Yamoshi, I know you don't remember me, but I have something very important to tell you. Yamoshi at that moment was upset because that warrior had called him by his simple name. Without showing him the slightest respect, Yamoshi with a few blows had been able to leave Goku and Cirrus badly wounded on the ground. Goku, realizing that Cirrus was hurt because of him, decided to use the power that was given to him since birth. Oh, now let you hurt Cirrus! She's only helped me, so now you'll face me! Observe the power of the Omni God Saiyan! At that moment, Goku began to expel an incredible power, and likewise Cirrus, being close to the aura of Goku, this had recovered completely. At the time, several marks would appear throughout the body of Goku, leaving very surprised Yamoshi and Cirrus with a great cry. Goku had accessed the Super Saiyan Omni God, which was ready to face Yamoshi. Goku was assessing the power of the Super Saiyan Omni, the power beyond a god. Yamoshi would be very surprised by all the power that Goku was releasing. At the moment, Yamoshi, without staying behind, would expel a great abysmal power. However, was screaming loudly by a great headache. What's happening to me? I'm not able to master all my power. This hurts. I'm not able to assimilate it. Yamoshi would access the legendary Super Saiyan, however the negative energy that he gave off was unreal. That's right, the power of Yamoshi was much more negative than the Yamoshi of Goku's timeline. Instantly, Goku from a big explosion could be seen with his new transformation, power that would even be perceived by the High Priest. Hell, who's the owner of this power? Yamoshi's technique has had too many failures. I don't know how the hell he was able to create beings of this scale of power. All of Goku's power would be felt by the other Supreme Gods, who knew that the bearer of this power would be considered a new Supreme God. The power of that warrior is incredible, but this is amazing, since it seems that he wants to face the divine god Yamoshi-sama. He's incredible! At that moment, planets of all multiverses began to be destroyed due to the power of Yamoshi released, and he didn't care about the excess energy destroying planets around him. At that moment, Yamoshi would expel 4 spheres of energy of total devastation, which had destroyed a galaxy completely without the minimum effort. This is incredible! Yamoshi's power is just as the legends say. Only Zeno-sama in his combat state's capable of defeating him. Yamoshi at the moment, without waiting for anything, would lunge against Goku, who was able to stop his blow with extreme difficulty, giving him a great blow to Yamoshi, which would make him fall to a planet, destroying it completely. Yamoshi, being much more furious, would expel a power, destroying everything around him. His screams even caused strong sonic waves, which were deadly for beings that were not at the level of a priest. Goku was watching Yamoshi fixedly. I don't know what happened to you, but I promise I'll make everything go back to normal. This is all the fault of that damn Daishinkan. I won't forgive him. He's a damn scum that would ask for mercy. Goku, much more determined to defeat Yamoshi, would begin to collide his fists. However, Goku would realize that even though his punches connected with Yamoshi, they didn't do much damage. At the moment, Yamoshi would roar in Goku's face, sending him flying. Yamoshi, without losing his opportunity, would give him a rain of punches, which this time made Goku vomit large amounts of blood. I can't believe it! Did that Saiyan hold back in our battle? He's able to withstand the blows of the mighty divine god Yamoshi-sama! Sirius would be much more surprised when observing how the two great energies collapsed between them, and instantly a great explosion would be created all over the place, leaving absolutely nothing to be seen. So it is, both warriors in the middle of the smoke continued with their great battle. Yamoshi again would be able to make Goku fall, but this time his whole body and energy veins were being affected due to the excess energy. Hell, my body's starting to hurt! This is because I never mastered the power I was born with. I'm an imbecile, but I'm not allowed to lose. Goku would stand up very badly hurt, throwing himself against Yamoshi, but the result would be the same. Instantly, Yamoshi would throw a large sphere of energy, which would cause great devastation wherever it passed. Instantly, large explosions were observed all over the place, leaving Goku very badly hurt. I've never used it, but I'm not allowed to lose. Kaioken! Increased 100 times! Goku used the Kaioken with the Omni God state, which was crazy, but he was confident that his body would withstand it. While Goku activated the technique, his spiritual sea began to double the energy transport. Instantly, Goku was able to activate such a monstrous power, the pressure that was released made Sirius fall to his knees. All the other supreme gods, including Daishinkan, who felt like he was dying. Zeno-sama would quickly access his combat form, but even so, it was an atomic power. I don't know if I'll be able to defeat him. Even though, since I was born, I have trained. The power that this being expelled in the last 5 minutes of battle was incredible. Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, the most powerful god among the 12 gods, he was also very thoughtful for his defeat against that Saiyan, and also with a little fear, knowing that he had been able to give an even battle to the very powerful Zeno-sama. Hey, Whis, I can't believe that Saiyan's not a god. How's it possible that he has all that bestial power? I've no idea, Mr. Beerus, but I'm 100% sure that the power that you felt moments ago is the same as that Saiyan. Don't say stupid things, Whis. That power that was felt just now was the true power of a being at the top, even equal to Daishinkan-sama or Zeno-sama. I'm sure that the Saiyan hides much more than he shows, and we have to discover it before returning something happens to our entire universe. Meanwhile, returning to both warriors, their whole body and sea of energy began to recover little by little. However, the negative energy that possessed the body of Yamoshi was fading completely, and this is what Sirius noticed. What is happening to Yamoshi's body? All the negative power that characterized him is disappearing completely. Thus, 3 months had passed quickly, in which both Saiyans were still out of combat, due to the brutal battle. Meanwhile, with Daishinkan, he had raised his power in an incredible way, so much so that he had felt confident enough to be able to defeat the supreme gods, but he was still somewhat pensive. My power has risen in an incredible way, but I can't believe the power that Yamoshi possesses. How does his body release all that negative energy? Daishinkan, without thinking so much, would continue with his great training, since the priest wanted to unlock all his hidden power, not to be surprised by the power of the supreme gods or even the power of Yamoshi. Meanwhile, with the king of all, Zeno-sama, this was in the confines of the multiverse. Noticing the dimensional rift, he had created the technique of Yamoshi. At the time of Zeno-sama's approach, a hand would be able to grab him strongly by the face. Entering the dimensional crack, instantly Zeno-sama would be on guard. But even so, he was not able to dodge a great blow, which made him vomit blood, and also had unbalanced all his sea of energy, which was, this time, not able to do absolutely anything. However, Zeno-sama would use a great amount of angelic energy to seal the points by which he had caused great damage. What the hell are you? How have you been able to cause me all this incredible damage with a single blow? At that moment, a very peculiar stranger would appear in front of Zeno-sama. I'm Archon, and I'm the representation of the supreme power and evil of your entire ancient universe. You're a damn bastard to use Megaversal Reboot. What? Someone was able to use the Megaversal Reboot of the universe? This can't be true. Oh, how interesting this is. Apparently, it wasn't you who used the Megaversal Reboot. But I don't care. I'll finish you off right now. That won't be so easy for you. I'm a super king of everything, who has trained since the creation of everything in existence, so I won't be easy to defeat. Archon, without effort, would begin to exchange blows with Zeno-sama, in which exchange of blows looked very exhausted. However, the more time passed, the balance was getting in the favor of the powerful warrior Archon. That is, for the first time, the king of everything Zeno-sama was being overcome. Instantly, Archon would give him a great blow that would send him back through the dimensional portal, making him fall into a nearby planet. Archon, with great speed, would enter the portal Zeno-sama at the motion, and Second Supreme Goddess was preparing for the great battle against Archon. At that precise moment, an abominable power would be felt all over the place. That's right, Mikoshin, for the first time, was releasing 100% of all her power, which had never been known by any other god. I can't believe this. Mikoshin has even been able to surpass the first Supreme God. Me, being the first Supreme God, I feel that Mikoshin's power overshadows me. At the instant of an incredible rumble, a crimson lightning could be observed, and at a speed that no being was able to observe, they could only observe how Archon fell to a planet, destroying it completely. But Mikoshin's attack would not end there, because without allowing his enemy to recover, he would throw millions of energy attacks, with which he was slaughtering that being. The power of Mikoshin-sama, I'm sure it can be compared to the power of the divine god Yamoshi-sama. At that moment, a huge explosion would be created all over the place, and Archon could be observed without any scratches. For a goddess, you're very powerful, so I'll not hold back in the least with you. You're scum next to me. Archon, instantly flying through space, was able to even crack everything in its path. Mikoshin was not able to dodge a big blow from Archon, and this time she would be sent to fly to the most resistant planet of the 12 universes. Being dragged all over the place, Frake would throw himself against Archon with the intention of helping Mikoshin. Inversion of the underworld! The whole place would become like the same hell, while Frake's power increased incredibly. That's right, Frake's power in that technique multiplied 100 times more. So you're known as this first Supreme God, but despite this, you'll not be able to do anything against me, as they are mere worms against me. Meanwhile, with Cirrus, she was very worried because she had now noticed how Frake had used his forbidden technique. This is bad. I don't know what we can do. The power that is on the side of Mikoshin and Frake completely overshadows them. It's a gigantic power. Yamoshi would instantly release an incredible power, which even his pressure was able to bring Cirrus to her knees. But unlike before, this time, the color of his incredible pressure was green, similar to his legendary status, not with the essence of massacre from before, damage to his internal energy. Who the hell is this being? The power he possesses is overwhelming. He was able to even do some damage to me despite dodging his most lethal blows. I can tell you that you're somewhat skillful, priest, since none of your sons or gods were able to do anything to dodge him. I don't want any more worms in this fight. The instant Daishinkan was about to say something, the incredible pressure of Yamoshi would be present on the battlefield. Mikoshin and Frake, who were on the verge of death, were surprised to observe the divine god. The powerful Yamoshi will help the king completely. This is incredible, but there's something different. The essence that his body gives off is not the one that usually emanated. Yamoshi, while increasing his power, returned to observe Daishinkan, who instantly realized everything that was happening, since even Yamoshi's power had returned to the essence of the Yamoshi of your time. Yamoshi's essence is back to the same as always, but I feel confident that I have enough power to end that miserable. Yamoshi would instantly raise a large part of his beastly power, with which he was able to even catch the attention of Archon, who would realize that Yamoshi's power was very similar to the power that was between the rift of both multiverses. Your power looks very familiar to me. The power that was used for the Megaversal Reboot. Was it maybe you? But not this should be impossible, since the only one with such a feat is the king of all. Ha 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 ha! You have no idea what I'm capable of, so you better get ready, damn worm! A little annoyed, Archon would pounce against Yamoshi, being able to grant him a great blow by sending him to another planet, destroying him by the strong impact. Ha 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 ha! You have the power to eliminate planets, galaxies, and even universes, but I can tell that you're not able to eliminate a single person. Archon, before he could say anything, would be sent to fly to a planet in the same way. While Yamoshi was going after it, instantly Yamoshi would begin to beat up of his life. Despite not having his negative power, the energy had grown millions of times. To his legendary power, never known a limit, Yamoshi would throw a large sphere of energy towards that warrior, which, being about to die, a subject in the form of a yellow dragon would stand in front of that great attack, being able to send him to another place with change dimensional. What the hell? This warrior's power is much greater than Archon's power. This must be a fucking nightmare. I am the 4-star Super Dragon, the stars of your home universe. We, being infinite energy, we could not return in the Megaversal reboot, so we challenged all the energy of the Super Dragon Ball, taking our own form. No, damn it! This can't be happening! But don't worry, I know who has the main responsibility for all this. So just now, I will end his pathetic life. The 4-star dragon, at a supreme speed, was able to grant a furtive blow to Daishinken, which made him vomit blood. However, at that precise moment, he would put his hand on his chest, ripping out his heart completely. Because of this bastard, everything has happened. But this time, we will have to destroy all that fake Megaverse. I don't care that they use the Megaversal reboot. I'm not going to let my universe be destroyed. I'll give all my energy if necessary for my multiverse to thrive. The dragon at a great speed was inches away from ending Zeno-sama's life. However, Yamoshi at the moment would expel an incredible pressure, with which he was able to return a little slower to the dragon, giving Zeno-sama the opportunity to dodge that great attack. But Yamoshi's pressure would not be enough for the true power of the 4-star dragon, which would also expel its pressure of a red color, being able to completely destroy Yamoshi's. I know that you never had anything to do with everything that has happened. You will only be collateral damage. I am sorry. The dragon, without allowing Yamoshi to speak something, would be able to grant him thousands of blows in a matter of seconds. That's right, the speed of the dragon was overwhelming. Meanwhile, on Yamoshi's planet, Goku in that instant would wake up. I'm finally cured! Goku would quickly access the Ultra Instinct, while Sirius would be very surprised since she recovered in an impressive time. But it was not time for impressions, since both noticed how Yamoshi's power decreased in a great way. It'd be better to go help Yamoshi. I hope now you trust me. Both warriors would arrive in a matter of seconds. When Goku would be able to use teleportation, they instantly arrived. Sirius would start transmitting a great energy to the two supreme gods, who were very badly injured, while Goku was approaching Zeno-sama. I know that in this timeline, you know absolutely nothing about me, but I hope you can trust me. I'm not gonna let you down. I hope you're right. I've never seen you, but I have confidence in you, so I can leave this in your hands since I don't have the necessary power to protect my multiverse. Goku would instantly watch as Yamoshi was brutally beaten. That's right, Yamoshi was not able to do anything. At the moment, he would be sent flying, falling to a planet completely out of combat. Yamoshi, you are nothing compared to me. I have the absolute power. The absolute power? Don't make me laugh. You haven't faced me yet. Yet another piece of garbage. I don't know why beings who don't have the necessary power always think they can do with everything. When I show you the power beyond a king at all, let's see if you're still thinking that I'm a scumbag. Goku would instantly begin to access the power beyond a king at all. That's right, Goku was accessing the Super Saiyan Omni, the power with which he was born. The power that was able to even overcome the negative energy of Yamoshi. The whole place was being destroyed. Much more, however, the dragon was not surprised in the slightest. Instantly, of a great light, Goku would appear with his most powerful transformation. At the moment of the dragon watching him instantly, he would be a little surprised. You don't have the full power, but you really possess the Omni power. That is amazing. Both warriors started with a great battle, which for the first time Goku, despite using all his power, was only able to match his opponent, feeling completely angry, but when he lost his composure, his opponent took advantage of it, connecting a big blow, sending him to a planet. Instantly Goku would stand up with a very serious look. I don't mind taking a chance again. I'm not gonna let this guy end all this. Kaioken increased 100 times! That's right, Goku would activate the Kaioken again, but the power was thousands of times greater at the time when he faced Yamoshi. Goku's power was increasing in an unreal way, so much so that this time, even the dragon would be very surprised by all the beastly power that Goku's body was able to release. The incredible power of Goku in his Omni form with the Kaioken increased to 100 times was overwhelming. Oh, that bastard's humiliated me. I'm supposed to be one of the most powerful warriors of the 12 universes. I possess the infinite power of the Super Dragon Balls. Goku, realizing that the warrior would be able to finish him, in case the Kaioken reaches his limit, he would begin to charge a catastrophic energy in the palm of his hands. That's right, the energy was so devastating that it would begin to wreak havoc all over the place. You're a fucking coward, but I don't mind destroying all these dimensions since they're created by negative energy. Die! Goku would throw such a tremendous attack, while the 4-star dragon was very confident. However, his smile and confidence crumbled when he realized how such a beastly power he was able to even destroy reality itself. That's right, such a brutal attack was able to collide with the 4-star dragon. At the instant of Goku realizing this, he would stretch out his hand. Atomic reduction! Molecular destruction! All the incredible power that was about to end all the timelines was reduced in an incredible way, while all that great energy was focused exclusively on his enemy, which was turned into simple dust of the universe. However, Kakarot was able to dodge millions of lightning attacks from a completely different subject, but he had the appearance of a child, while the entire lower part of his body was dark. I'm the 4-star humanoid dragon, and I realize how you're able to end my brother's life. But I commend you. Now, I'll keep his power. Instantly, all the power of the 4-star dragon began to enter the body of the 2-star guy. Goku would try to stop him, but he was impossible. Instantly, he was able to even assimilate all that incredible power. We have infinite energy from the Super Dragon Balls, are able to assimilate all the power of another sphere, and we plan to destroy this entire timeline. Damn, this guy's going to kill me! The power he possesses doesn't compare to the power of the 4-star dragon! Instantly, the warrior would throw himself against Goku, being able to grant him a few blows, which Goku, despite dodging them, was extremely complicated for Goku. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of the Whole, the warriors were surprised to realize that the 2-star dragon had appeared. This is really bad. If what we're deducing is correct, that means that there are 7 warriors with a similar power, and in case they can all absorb the power of their other companions, we will be dead. I'm sorry, I was the one who did the Megaversal reboot, but I never thought something like this would happen, so I'm thinking of fixing it myself. Divine God Yamoshi, tell us, how do you plan to fix it? Even that Saiyan named Goku, whose power is greater than yours, is being cornered by the 2-star dragon. I really don't have a clear answer as to how I'll defeat them, but I, the mighty Divine God Yamoshi, will be able to finish off every one of those bastards. At the moment, an incredible rumble would be felt throughout the entire kingdom. That's right, the clash of his fists was able to even destroy planets of all universes. That's right, Goku, this time, was not able to neutralize the collisions of his fists. I'm sorry, everyone. I promise I'll bring you to life. Don't promise something you won't be able to keep, as this will be your last battle. Goku would take distance, and you could observe his serious look. I don't care if my body's destroyed. I don't care if you claim to have infinite power. I've already been able to locate 3 of your companions, and they will be able to arrive in time when I annihilate you. Don't make me laugh. Do you think you have the necessary power to annihilate me? Reich was not able to continue mocking, since a big fist was able to send him flying to a planet. While Goku at an impressive speed was heading towards Reich, however, Reich, being much more powerful than his previous opponent, was able to grant him a great kick, which would send him to a planet in the same way. Instantly, that Goku fell to the planet, large amounts of blood were coming out of his mouth. The blows of that guy are incredible. I'm not able to withstand them. My body suffers incomprehensible damage. Meanwhile, in Goku's mind, he was able to observe himself, but this Goku was chained. What the hell are you? Are you really me? That's right. I've always been chained up here. I look like a fucking slave. What is it that you are? I don't understand. I'm your Saiyan part, your sadistic part, your warrior part. I was excluded to this place. The moment when you hit your head for that reason, I'm in this pathetic place. But tell me, how was I able to get here? Feeling cornered by that subject, your subconscious traveled to where there is an even greater power to the Omni state. A greater power than the Omni state? This can't be. That's right. Since at that moment of both separating, we both take separate part of power. That means that you possess your power and transformation, and I likewise possess the same as you, but at a much more advanced level. Tell me, what do I have to do to be able to save everyone? I can't lose them. I want to make things right. Tell me. You must have the power and courage enough to set me free and reform a single being as we were at our birth. It's okay. Goku Kakarot will form a single being again. Instantly, Goku with his power would be able to transmit some power to Kakarot's body. While he was with that power, was able to break the chains which had held him completely, returning to the outside world. All this had happened in a matter of seconds, in which Reich had charged a large sphere of mass destruction. Freak, Sirius, Mikoshin, take me to that place. It is preferable that I die. Kakarot is that being that must save this entire multiverse. So we wanted to take you. We're not able to get close since the power possessed by that attack is even capable of interfering that all-dimensional change. Die, damn! With you less, there are only those damn worms left. However, all over the place, an incredible scream would resonate throughout the multiverse. This power is incredible! I'll finish you, Sorcia! Goku is able to stop the great sphere of mass destruction, while all his hair was turning a red color like blood. The essence of massacre would increase in an incredible way. The environment had become much more chaotic than Frike's technique. Where did you get so much power from? This must not be possible. You are right, Mikoshin. He has been able to release much more power, but this time the power he gives off is pure evil. The power and essence of that Saiyan releases is far superior to my essence, Massacre. What the hell did he do? Having that negative energy is capable of being totally corrupted. Returned to the battlefield, the powerful Goku would start walking towards Reich, which on this occasion, while walking, the form of death was forming on his back. Reich would involuntarily take a few steps back. Are you scared? I would never be afraid of a being of your... Reich was not able to finish his sentence since at that moment Goku had embedded his hand in his chest, being able to rip out his heart. At the moment Goku would turn, however, Reich would throw a large sphere of energy. Damn, that hurt me too much. But we Supreme Dragons, we don't depend on an organ like the heart to survive. To finish us off, you have to pulverize every cell phone of our body. Ha 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 ha! That attack has not been able to make me any scratches, but I find interesting that you just told me, so I can humiliate you for much longer. Goku, without waiting for Reich to recover completely, would begin to give him a beating, which Reich on this occasion was not able to do anything. At the moment of Reich falling to the ground very badly injured and on the verge of death, he would feel the real terror. Using his remaining energy to escape from the place, a big lightning is observed moving away. With this speed, it's impossible for me to catch up. However, at the moment, he would collide with something as strong as steel, and his worst nightmare was in front of him. That's right, Goku was able to reach him and even overcome him, making Reich hit himself with his chest. I didn't think the Super Dragon Ball being would feel terror or fear. I thought you were the negative energy of our previous multiverse. Reich would again try to escape, but this time Goku mercilessly, from a great attack of energy, was able to completely pulverize him, leaving no cell. Now it leaves only 5, but I don't know why I feel the power of only 3 similar warriors. That may be because the other 2 must have been absorbed by the others, so we must prepare. Goku would start meditating to be able to master all the incredible power that ran through his veins. He even, just with his meditation, an incredible power would detach from his body. "70 million years ago, there was an unimaginable void without any life, when suddenly emerged a being which didn't know it was himself where he was." What's going on? What am I? I can't see anything. What is this immense void? What he didn't know was, until that moment, was that he was an omnipotent being who was going to create everything known as the universe. He would even create a whole multiverse full of different types of life in order to find at some point an individual who could match or surpass the strength of his son called Zeno-sama. In Zeno-sama's palace, 30 million years after the birth of Zeno-sama's father, he introduces himself to his son. "Zeno-sama, my son, you've grown strong and apparently you've become very powerful over the centuries."
Father, I've always felt that my existence has no purpose. I often get bored. Why did you bring me to life to be bored?
70 million years ago, there was a void from which I was created. As I grew, I developed powers and immeasurable strength. As a result of that, a need was born in me to find a being who could match or surpass your strength, to even equal my own greatness. That's why I created planets, galaxies, universes, and living beings of various species.
All this was created just so that I could exist?
Yes, my son. Every star, every life form, everything has a purpose. To prepare you to be the supreme God of all that I've created. You're the main reason for all my creation.
It's a heavy burden, Father. Why me?
Because in you, I see the true potential to rule in this vast cosmos. You are the hope to maintain harmony among the creations that have sprung from my being. You are the missing piece in this cosmic chest.
Father, all this that you tell me is an enormous responsibility. I don't know if I'm ready to be able to do it. What if I fail?
There is no failure, son. Your very existence is success. Every moment in your life has molded you into the supreme being that you are. I trust you will fulfill your destiny.
What about you, Father? What role do you play in all this?
My role is to guide you from the shadows, to watch you fulfill your purpose. Finding balance in the universe is a task that requires your leadership. I'll be here, in the darkness, watching you carry out the mission I have given you.
I understand, Father. Leave everything in my hands.
Thus passed centuries, millennia, in which Zeno-sama was guided by his father to govern the immense multiverse he had created for him, but now convinced of the purpose he had in his life. In the present time, 30 million years after the conversation that Zeno-sama and his father had, in one of the universes created by Father Zeno, on a planet called Earth, Kakarot and Vegeta were training together with Whis and Beerus after having faced very powerful beings. While they were training, the Earth was illuminated by flashes of energy. As Kakarot and Vegeta embark on intense training, Whis and Beerus watch from a distance, assessing the Saiyans' every move as they prepare to rise in their skills.
Hey, Vegeta! Remember when we first faced Frieza? That guy was incredibly strong.
Yes, Kakarot. It was our first encounter with an enemy of another level. But we cannot forget the Cell Bug, that creature with cells from all of us. He put us in big trouble with his martial arts tournament. Luckily, your son became strong. Both Saiyans exchanged energy blasts. Each hit and dodge was an echo of their long history of battles.
Ah, yes! The first time you showed the teleportation technique. That was amazing! Thanks to Gohan, we were able to defeat him.
But then came Majin Buu. That battle was unforgettable. We had to merge to have a chance.
The fusion was great, but we also learned about redemption and kindness at that time. Buu became good because of you.
As they continue their training, the energy of both Saiyans light up the space. Whis and Beerus watch with interest. Yes, but don't forget about Beerus. That god of destruction who almost wiped out the Earth with a single sneeze. Although in the end, he turned out to be more of a joker than we thought.
Yes, I remember when I tried to fight him in my Super Saiyan 3 form. I wasn't at his level, but at least I gave him a fight in my Super Saiyan God form, and that was possible thanks to all of you.
That's right, and now we're here,
training with Whis and Beerus. We cannot let our guard down, Kakarot. There'll always be bigger challenges. Exactly! Every fight makes us stronger. Let's keep training and bettering ourselves. Of course. We're always one step closer to being the strongest warriors in the universe.
The training continues as Kakarot and Vegeta, under the tutelage of Whis and Beerus, strive to reach new levels of power in order to defend the Earth from new and more powerful enemies that may appear with the desire to destroy the planet that welcomed them. While Kakarot and Vegeta were training to overcome their limits, Whis and Beerus encouraged them to keep improving. Very good, Saiyans. Keep it up.
Yes, they're very strong, but I don't know if that'll be enough to keep my interest.
Suddenly, they feel a dark presence and the whole environment begins to become dark, and a dark, powerful presence fills the place.
What's going on, Mr. Whis?
Something's not right. I feel an extremely powerful and dark presence.
That feeling sounds familiar. Who could it be?
The darkness intensifies, and suddenly an opposing figure appears in front of them like a shadowy nebula.
Inhabitants of the multiverse, have you missed me? Hello, dear inhabitants of the multiverse. I've come to observe progress of my creations.
Who is this guy?
I don't know, Kakarot, but his presence is overwhelming.
No way.
What?
The figure lingers in a shadowy haze, with the speaker being the father of Zeno-sama, the omnipotent being who created the multiverse. This one appears in all multiverse, where all the warriors were training for future problems.
This guy is the father of Zeno-sama, the creator of everything we know of universes beyond our imagination. I didn't think we'd ever see him.
Sir, your arrival is unexpected. Forgive the insolence, but to what do we owe you presents? The inclination of Whis and all the angels of different universes is because they have knowledge of who was the father of Zeno-sama. For that reason, they have a great fear and respect for him.
I see you've been busy, warriors. You have faced great obstacles throughout your insignificant lives, but this time has come. Are you strong enough?
We're always up for a good challenge.
Shut up, Kakarot. Don't you feel how powerful he is? How can you say that? Haven't you noticed something missing in the multiverse?
At that moment, Zeno-sama's father set out to tell them the reason for the ambiguous question. Moments before Zeno's father appeared before the whole multiverse, he was very angry because when he woke up from the dream of millions of years, he was surprised that many things had happened that went against the main reason why he created the whole universe. Because of this, he appears before his son Zeno-sama. In the center of the realm of everything, the overwhelming presence of Zeno-sama's father eclipses space. His voice booms like thunder as he directs his fury towards his son Zeno-sama. The latter, visibly nervous, tries to defend himself as the tension between the two intensifies.
Zeno-sama, you failed in your duty as Supreme God. All the warriors of the multiverse have overstepped their bounds and now dare to call themselves gods. Gods? This is unacceptable!
Father, I understand that this is all being misunderstood, but...
There's no excuses, Zeno-sama. Your lack of authority has allowed inferior beings to rise above us. How dare you let them usurp the title of gods?
I'm sorry, Father. I did not intend for things to come to this point. The anger in Father Zeno's voice increases. His tone becomes more defiant and contemptuous.
Your intention? Your weakness has sullied the name of our divinity. The only god here is me, and no one else should dare to call himself that. No one!
Father, I understand that I'm in your debt, but we can find another way to restore order. Father Zeno's response is an explosion of contempt and fury.
You do not deserve the title of God at all. Your weakness has tainted my creation. Because of your incompetence, I must restore the balance, even if it means getting rid of you.
What? Father, please don't do it! There's so much I can still learn and improve! I can fix all of this! Zeno-sama's imploration is lost in Father Zeno's cold determination.
It is already too late, Zeno. Weakness must be eradicated from existence for true power to prevail.
In an instant, Zeno-sama's father unleashes a blast of devastating energy that engulfs Zeno-sama and begins to tear him to shreds as he screams in pain. No, Father, please! Ah!
Order has been restored. No one else will dare to challenge my supremacy. I will now take it upon myself to re-establish balance through my creation.
In the present day, in front of the terrified warriors, due to what Zeno-sama's father had informed them what had happened to his son Zeno-sama, a being they all adored and feared.
You insignificant beings now understand. Because of this, I will destroy all the timelines and universes that exist. I am a divine being, omnipotent, and I can do it. But I will give you a chance to fight for your lives. So I'll organize a tournament in which the strongest warriors of the entire multiverse will participate so that the power will prevail.
Earth 2024.
What? This can't be true.
Do you think we can face something like that, Mr. Piccolo?
Oh? We'll have to train a lot physically and, above all, mentally.
The idea of a tournament piques his interest, seeing the opportunity to test his own power and perhaps become even stronger. Thraxis Nocturne. Planet sunk in the shadows.
A tournament, eh? Well, I'll show that true power is not limited to divine beings.
I won't let them destroy our future. I will fight in that tournament and protect my own.
A tournament with the strongest warriors, huh? It'll be my chance to show that the Saiyans are not insignificant beings. We will see who is truly divine in this tournament. My empire will prevail.
A competition between the strongest. Interesting. I was showed that the Metacoolers are superior in all universes.
Nigerian, a world with perpetually cloudy skies where storms of dark energy lash the surface.
Father, this tournament will be the perfect occasion to show you that my power surpasses yours. Perfect. I'll show my true power and wreak havoc in every corner of the multiverse. Destruction in a tournament. What a magnificent combination. I will be the ultimate warrior and subdue all under my rule. Let's fight. This tournament will be my stage to demonstrate the power I've obtained.
Dracoria, homeworld of the humanoid dragon warriors and the descendants.
The threat of destruction is overwhelming. My fire may not be enough to face its dark omnipotence.
A shadow that threatens to destroy everything. My ability to manipulate the darkness may not be enough. Even with my swordsmanship, facing an omnipotent divine being will be an unparalleled challenge. This divine being has the power to destroy everything I love. My fire will be my defense.
A divine threat. My control over thunderstorms will be enough. This will be a challenge like never before.
After seeing the various emotions and thoughts of the main participants of the tournament, Zeno-sama's father begins to explain the rules of this supposed tournament.
Minimal beings. The rules are simple. The tournament will be to the death. It'll be held in a timeless space where the laws of time and physics are temporarily suspended. The only way to eliminate an opponent is to make his heart stop. That is by killing him. There's no other way. In this tournament, it is either you or your rival. There's no limits on the use of skills. You must unleash your full potential without restriction, so as not to be destroyed in the process. I'll be the one who will watch over the whole process. The participant who wins will have the joy of facing me, putting his life and the life of his universe at stake. But I'm a PS deity, and I will bring him the opportunity to have a divine power similar to mine for a determined time. If he does not take the advantage of it, he will have to accept the consequences.
In spite of the uncertainty that the warriors have in front of what the father of Zeno-sama has said, some are excited and others are worried.
Wow, this sounds exciting! A tournament with fighters from all universes. It's gonna be great!
Why should we trust this tournament to be fair? By killing them?
So I can fight to the best of my ability. But killing beings that are just fighting for their lives is not nice.
I hope everything I've said has been clear to everyone. The only rule is that you have to kill your opponent so that they don't kill you. I want to make that clear. You will have to kill your opponent. The way we will check if you're worthy of calling yourselves gods.
Father Zeno disappears and everything returns to normal. You can see Kakarot's excited about the new enemy that is seen. It is very powerful. Vegeta, scared and worried about his family, angry with Kakarot.
Wow, that guy's incredibly strong. I'm excited to fight him in the next tournament.
Excited? Do you realize what's at stake, Kakarot? The enemy is dangerous, and we can't just underestimate him.
But Vegeta, that guy has awesome power. It's gonna be the best fight of our lives.
This is not a game, Kakarot. Do you realize that we're putting our families and the entire universe at risk?
I know it's serious, Vegeta, but it's also a chance to get better. Besides, Zeno-sama's father is excited about this.
I can't believe you're so carefree. My family's in danger and you're excited about a fight.
I'm not saying I'm not serious, Vegeta, but when an opportunity presents itself to measure our power, I can't resist.
You always think about the fight, don't you? Sometimes I wish you had a little more responsibility.
Vegeta, I understand that you're worried about Bulma and Trunks, but trust that we can protect them.
I don't like the idea of someone else deciding about our lives.
I understand, Vegeta, but do you really think we can ignore this opportunity?
I'm not going to lose my family over a fight, but I also know that I can't stop you from getting excited about the battle. At that moment, the tension between Kakarot and Vegeta is palpable as they prepare to face the new enemy. While Kakarot is filled with excitement for the fight, Vegeta faces the situation with a mixture of fear and determination. Thus, the training of the entire multiverse for the survival of their species began. From the moment on, the most powerful warriors of all the universes began to train with greater intensity in order to save their universes and timelines. After having communicated with the entire multiverse from the realm of everything, the father of Zeno-sama would observe everything from a crystal screen, that the warriors were getting stronger and stronger. He sent his shadow warriors to slow down the process of them. But what is this feeling that stirs my supreme being? A mixture of fascination and disdain. It's inevitable that mortals yearn for more, that they aspire to surpass their boundaries. Yet some of these warriors are reaching levels I cannot allow. Their power threatens the balance I've established. It's enough that they're mere participants in my tournament. They must be contained. They must be eliminated before their ascensions endanger the stability of my creation. My shadow warriors, creatures of the shadow and executioners of my will travel throughout all the universes. They'll be my instruments to stop these reckless advances. I will not allow the power of these warriors to grow beyond the limits set by my divinity.
Father Zeno, we're here to receive your orders.
Shadow creatures, my loyal enforcers, the time has come. The universes pulsate with an energy that threatens to destabilize the order I've established. Mortal warriors, in their relentless pursuit of power, are rising to dangerous heights. Their progress must be halted.
Your orders are our will. How do you wish us to proceed?
Each of you will disperse among the universes. Your mission is to find those warriors who dare to exceed the limits imposed. There's no room for compassion. The threat must be eradicated. Annihilate them without mercy.
We will, Father Zeno. No warrior will be strong enough to defy your will.
The shadow creatures set off to every universe and timeline to destroy every warrior who would participate. Along the way, they encountered weak warriors who they destroyed with these strong and very powerful ones. It was dusk when suddenly the Earth's atmosphere trembled with an unnatural darkness. In the blink of an eye, shadow creatures emerged from the interdimensional shadows, ethereal and menacing beings that would challenge even the strength of the mightiest warriors. Kakarot and Vegeta, training on the vast battlefield of Earth, sensed the arrival of an ominous presence. Shadow creatures, their ethereal forms and eyes burning with the intensity of darkness, materialized before them.
What are you?
We are servants of Father Zeno. Your progress has been noted and must be halted. The will of Father Zeno is the supreme law. The warriors have exceeded the allowable limits and will now be destroyed.
The shadow creatures moved with an agility that defied logic, leaving behind them trails of darkness. Kakarot and Vegeta prepared for the confrontation, their energies flashing in response to the threatening presence.
Well, it looks like we have new opponents. This should be interesting.
No matter who sends them, we'll not allow them to stop our progress. The shadow creatures, speechless, rushed towards Kakarot and Vegeta with flashing speed. The battle ahead would not only be a test of strength, but a struggle between light and darkness, between the determination of the warriors and the will of the father of Zeno-sama. The battle rages and the environment, plants, stones, and sky are witness to the incredible demonstration of power. Kakarot and Vegeta, deploying a great amount of ki, are in the center ready to face the two mysterious Shadow Warriors that attack them. Shadow Creature 1 moves at breakneck speed, leaving only flashes of darkness in its wake. Its form is ethereal, almost impossible to follow with the eye. It attacks with incredible precision, throwing punches and kicks that defy the perception of time. Shadow Creature 2 stands out for its devastating power. Its every strike sends out waves of dark energy that distort the surrounding space. Its presence emanates an ominous aura that shakes even the particles of space. The fight begins with Kakarot and Vegeta charging forward, but the Shadow Creatures respond with astonishing agility, dodging every blow and counterattacking with almost invisible movements. Faced with the speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta are forced to raise their power to Super Saiyan level.
Vegeta, these guys are incredibly fast. I can't even keep up with their moves.
Looks like our usual speed isn't enough. We'll have to raise our power to the maximum. Both Saiyans concentrate, their golden auras bursting as they transform into Super Saiyan. Their golden hair lights up the space as they launch into a fierce offensive. But the Shadow Warriors remain equally agile, gracefully dodging the attacks. The intensity of the power illuminates the space.
Now, Vegeta, let's go all out.
Let's go, Kakarot. The Saiyans rush towards these Shadow Warriors with a fierce offensive. However, the Shadow Creatures dodge their attacks with surprising grace, moving through the energy blast with ease.
Is that the best you can do, Saiyans?
Their speed is admirable, but they're still not up to par. Damn it! We can't go on like this, Kakarot. We need something else.
You're right, Vegeta. Let's take this to the next level.
Faced with persistent speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta rise their power even higher, transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. Their blue auras flash with intensity, and the pressure of their power shakes the surrounding space. However, the Shadow Warriors are not daunted. The battle reaches its peak as the four warriors are engulfed in a frenzy of energy. Kakarot launches his attack called Kamehameha, and Vegeta launches his final flash attack, but the Shadow Warriors respond with counterattacks that defy the laws of physics. Then the clash of these powerful attacks causes an immense explosion. At the precise moment that both Saiyan warriors, the Shadow Creatures, collided their attacks, the explosion resulting from the collision of the attacks left a crater on the battlefield, while a dense smoke obscured the view. Amidst the haze, Goku with a serious but confident expression, and Vegeta, also with a confident expression of having destroyed the Shadow Creatures with his attacks, stood on guard, ready to face whatever emerged from this smoke. Suddenly, as soon as the smoke dissipated from the battlefield, the shadowy creatures emerged unharmed, floating in the air with an even more intense presence. Their forms twisted, revealing an even darker and more powerful transformation. Now with eyes glowing with a more intense light, the shadow creatures uttered a great malevolent laugh and moved towards Goku and Vegeta with renowned ferocity. The sky was covered with dark clouds, and lightning intermittently illuminated the scene. The creatures, once scattered, began to converge into a chaotic mass. Their bodies intertwined and merged, creating a monstrous entity that emanated a dark and malevolent aura. The fusion of the creatures was completed with a loud roar, and before Goku and Vegeta emerged, a nightmarish creature. The fused creature had a grotesque figure, with twisted limbs and glowing eyes filled with evil. Its body was enveloped in a halo of dark energy, which distorted the space around it. The ground shook with every step he took, and the waves of evil energy generated chaos on the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta exchanged determined glances. They knew they faced an unprecedented threat. The fusion of the creatures had given rise to a being of incredible power and speed. Goku frowned, clenching his fists, while Vegeta gave a cocky grin.
Kakarot, looks like things have become interesting. I didn't expect to have to face something like this.
Yes, Vegeta, this creature's no joke. We're gonna have to give it our all.
Both warriors raised their ki to the maximum, surrounding themselves with an intense golden and blue aura. Their hair stood on end and the earth trembled under the pressure of their combined power. The fused creature responded with a guttural laugh and advanced towards them with great strides.
Come on, Vegeta, let's attack together and put an end to this!
For once, Kakarot, I agree.
The battle reached its climax as Goku and Vegeta, enveloped in their golden and blue auras, launched themselves towards the fused creature. Every punch and burst of energy echoed through the air, creating a spectacle of flashes and booms. The creature, however, was not easy to defeat. Its agility and strength were astounding, dodging the Saiyan's attacks with ease.
Vegeta, we need to find an opening in its defense! Focus!
I know, Kakarot, but this thing's fast! The fused creature responded with a ripping attack, sending the Saiyans flying across the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta, however, quickly recovered and stood up with renewed determination.
We can't underestimate this thing! Come on, Vegeta! Let's attack together!
Alright, Kakarot, together we'll defeat it! Goku nodded and they concentrated their energies into an amazing combined attack. A brilliant flash of light and blue light materialized in their hands, growing with each second. The fused creature, seeing the imminent threat, tried to counterattack, but it was too late. Kame! Final Flash! The powerful beam of combined energy shot towards the fused creature, illuminating the dark battle with its radiance. However, just when impact seemed inevitable, the creature, in the last act of desperation, deployed a dark shield that managed to resist the Saiyan's assault. The result explosion sent Goku and Vegeta flying backwards, returning them to their base form, leaving them dazed and severely injured on the ground. The fused creature, though weakened, struggled to its feet, its malevolent aura flickering, but far from fading completely.
Vegeta, we're in trouble! This thing's stronger than we thought!
Vegeta, however, lay motionless on the ground with visible wounds and his aura rapidly diminishing.
Vegeta! Don't give up, Vegeta!
The fused creature, slowly recovering, calmly approached towards Vegeta with a palpable malevolence in its glowing eyes.
Your efforts are futile. I'm the amalgam of darkness itself. This is the end of you, Saiyan Prince.
Goku, full of rage and despair, stood up and threw himself towards the creature with what was left of his strength. However, the creature, with a simple wave of its hand, unleashed a wave of dark energy that enveloped Kakarot and threw him violently to the ground.
Vegeta, we need a plan.
The fused creature approached Vegeta, lifting him off the ground with one hand. The Saiyan Prince, barely conscious, opened his eyes to meet the cold, merciless gaze of his energy.
Kakarot, do whatever it takes.
The fused creature, with a contemptuous gesture, threw Vegeta back to the ground, leaving him on the verge of death. The battle, which had begun with hope, now became bleaker than ever. With his partner down and his own strength waning, Kakarot faced a strength that seemed insurmountable. Goku, sensing the desperation of the situation, recalled the hermit seeds he carried with him. The moment the fused creature came speeding towards him, Goku managed to dodge the blow swiftly, approached Vegeta and handed him one of the valuable seeds.
Vegeta, eat this! It'll give you the energy to keep fighting!
At the same time, Goku also consumed one of the seeds. Vegeta, barely conscious, accepted the seed and consumed it urgently. The hermit seed acted quickly, healing Vegeta's wounds and restoring his life energy. Flashes of golden light surrounded the Saiyan Prince as he stood up, his eyes regaining determination.
Kakarot, don't underestimate me. I can keep fighting.
Fine, Vegeta, but we need something else to defeat this creature. Do you remember the fusion technique?
Vegeta frowned but nodded in understanding. Both Saiyans positioned themselves in front of the fused creature, focusing their energies.
Vegeta, let's do it! Let's merge!
I don't think it'll come to this, Kakarot, but I have no choice.
Both warriors stood side by side, raising their hands into the front and began to concentrate their energies. The atmosphere was filled with a brilliant glow as the two Saiyans merged into a single entity. The resulting figure was a perfect combination of Goku and Vegeta, with a powerful golden aura enveloping their fused bodies. This fusion creature showed signs of unease as it witnessed the transformation. The new Saiyan entity turned to it with a determined look. The fusion between Goku and Vegeta, known as Gogeta, and his Super Saiyan form was now evident. Gogeta, with the combined voice of Goku and Vegeta, said, "Prepare for defeat. We're the fusion of the Saiyans, and there's nothing we cannot overcome." With a unified shout, the Saiyan fusion lunged towards the fused creature with incredible speed and power. The battle between the Saiyan fusion and the fused creature erupted into a frenzy of power and skill. Every move, every blow, every burst of energy shook the battlefield. The earth trembled under the intensity of the confrontation, and the sky lit up with the sparks of energy released during the fight. Gogeta, with the combination of Goku's cunning and Vegeta's determination, proved to be an unstoppable force. However, the fused creature did not yield easily, showing a resilience that defied expectations. Both contenders were at a stalemate, each pushing their limits to the max. Goku and Vegeta, in their fused form, began to feel the need to unleash more power to overcome their formidable foe. In a moment of perfect synchronization, both Saiyans raised their ki to the limit, and the atmosphere itself began to be distorted with the built-up pressure.
It's time to take this to the next level!
In a dazzling flash, the Saiyan fusion underwent an astonishing metamorphosis. His once golden hair now turned sapphire blue, and his aura took on a heavenly hue. The transformation to Super Saiyan Blue had taken place. The fused creature recoiled momentarily as it witnessed the new form. Shocked by the magnitude of the power unleashed, however, the Saiyan fusion showed no mercy and lunged towards with dizzying speed.
Prepare for true Saiyan strength!
The attacks and counterattacks reached a speed that defied perception. The fused creature, despite its previous endurance, was outmatched by the speed and aggressiveness of the Saiyan fusion in its Super Saiyan Blue form. The battle had not yet come to an end. In a final attempt to resist, the fused creature unleashed its own dark power, enveloping the Saiyan fusion in a spiral of chaotic energy. Gogeta, in response, concentrated his energy to the maximum in an act of rage.
Let's go farther!
The energy surrounding the Saiyan fusion intensified and exploded in a dazzling burst. The bright blue aura became more intense, and the power of the Saiyan fusion increased to unimaginable levels. The sky lit up with glows and waves of energy as the fused creature faced Gogeta's unstoppable strength. However, in an unexpected twist, the creature began to build up a dark and sinister energy, revealing a hidden power.
Your resistance is impressive, Saiyans, but you have not seen my true potential.
The fused creature transformed, its fusion distorting further. A black aura filled with malevolence surrounded its body as its eyes glowed with terrifying intensity.
What the hell is it doing?
The fused creature, now imbued with a new dark power, lunged at Gogeta with surprising speed. Despite Gogeta's formidable strength in his Super Saiyan Blue form, the fused creature seemed to be able to anticipate even more.
Now you'll experience true darkness.
Gogeta sensed the threat, deciding to take his own power to the extreme. In a blink of an eye, he activated the technique, the Kaioken. His blue aura multiplied into a mixture of blue and red, and the intensity of the battle reached levels never seen before.
It's time to put an end to this! Kaioken!
Gogeta's speed and strength multiplied exponentially, and the fused creature was momentarily caught off guard. However, the creature counterattacked with a blast of dark energy that enveloped Gogeta, but he struggled to resist. Gogeta, in his Kaioken state, felt the need to raise his power even higher. Thus his ki increased, causing the earth to tremble from such immense power, destroying mountains and lifting rocks into the skies. At that precise moment, he disappeared from the sight of the fused creature, appearing from behind and creating a glowing bluish sphere of energy that materialized between his hands.
Final Kamehameha!
The energy sphere impacted against the fused creature with unparalleled force. The resulting explosion lit up the sky, dispersed the creature's dark energy. However, when the light faded, the fused creature emerged once again, albeit visibly weakened.
Do not underestimate my power, Saiyans. I have attained a form beyond your comprehension.
Gogeta, sensing the gravity of the situation, prepared for the next confrontation. The battle, far from over, was entering even more dangerous terrain, with the fate of the universe hanging in the balance in this fierce struggle between light and darkness. The battlefield was plunged into utter chaos, with destructive shockwaves reverberating throughout space. Gogeta, with his combined aura of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken, was moving at speeds that defied perception. The fused creature, despite his new enhanced form, was momentarily outmatched by the Saiyan warrior's speed.
Darkness cannot defeat light! It's time to seal your fate!
Though weakened, the fused creature did not give up. With impressive speed, it lunged towards Gogeta, unleashing a series of dark attacks that even defied the Kaioken's speed.
Your light is but a fleeting glimmer. In the eternity of darkness, you will suffer.
Gogeta, with sharp reflexes at precise moments, will dodge the fused creature's attacks. The battle reached an even greater frenzy, with a clash of fists and kicks creating waves of energy that swept the surrounding landscape. The once dark and stormy sky were illuminated by the flashes on the contest. In the beginning of the moment of opportunity, Gogeta channeled the Kaioken to an even higher level. His aura became more intense, mixing blue with red in a dazzling display. Seeing the new burst of power, the fused creature recoiled momentarily, a moment Gogeta took advantage of to gather energy.
This is the limit of your darkness. Prepare for the end.
Gogeta, with unmatched speed, appeared in front of the fused creature, concentrating his energy to a single point. A glowing sphere of energy formed between his hands, but this time, the sphere was not blue, it was a mixture of colors. A fusion of the power of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken.
Kaioken 20 times! Final Kamehameha!
The now larger, more powerful energy sphere hurled with impressive speed towards the fused creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the entire horizon, causing the mountains and valleys to be enveloped in a dazzling glow. When the light faded, the fused creature lay defeated on the ground. Its dark aura completely dissipated. Gogeta, with his Super Saiyan Blue form and Kaioken still activated, watched cautiously. The intense battle had come to an end, but the price of the confrontation was reflected in the devastated Earth and the wear and tear visible on the Saiyan warrior.
I hope that was enough. This universe can't take any more of this destruction.
With a flash, Gogeta deactivated the Kaioken and returned to his base form. As silence descended over the battlefield, the lingering question was whether the threat had truly been eliminated or if there was still challenges to be faced in the vast cosmos. Goku and Vegeta, feeling that the threat had been neutralized for the moment, separated from the Saiyan fusion. The intensity of the battle had left both Saiyans exhausted, but their attention was diverted to a disturbing reality. In the corner of their vision, they watched as a small dark creature made its way towards where Gohan and Broly were standing.
Vegeta, something's happening! We must get there fast!
Those two are in trouble if that thing gets to them. Let's go, Goku!
Both Saiyans, despite their exhaustion, dashed towards Gohan and Broly's location with as much speed as possible. As they approached, they could see the dark creature getting closer and closer to the two warriors. Gohan, who was training with Broly in an attempt to increase his skills, noticed Goku and Vegeta's arrival urgently.
Dad! Vegeta! Something's coming!
Broly, with his piercing gaze, had also sensed the approaching threat.
Evil creature, we will fight!
The small dark creature, noticing the presence of the Saiyans, stopped advancing and displayed a malevolent laugh.
Ha ha ha! Your victory was short-lived. This is only the first of many surprises.
Before they could react, the dark creature split into multiple smaller shadows, surrounding Gohan and Broly with astonishing speed.
Watch out, Broly! They're fast and dangerous!
We will fight! We won't let them defeat us!
Goku and Vegeta, arriving just in time, joined the battle. The battle became a chaotic dance of blows and explosions as the Saiyans fought the dark shadows that multiplied endlessly.
Let's finish this quickly! Gohan, Broly, stay strong!
Got it, Vegeta!
Broly, unleashing his titanic power, emitted a wave of energy that temporarily dispersed the dark shadows. However, the dark creature, in a final act of desperation, merged back into a larger, more powerful form.
My shadows cannot be so easily defeated. The real battle has just begun.
The shadow creature, now strengthened and more menacing than ever, faced the four Saiyan warriors with palpable malevolence. Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta moved into battle stance, facing the shadow creature with determination.
Come on, guys! Let's work together and put an end to this menace once and for all!
Broly growled in agreement, his power emanating from him with an imposing force. Goku and Vegeta, despite their earlier exhaustion, raised their energies ready for the battle ahead. The shadow creature, with a sinister laugh, lunged towards them with surprising speed. The Saiyans responded with a coordinated assault, launching energy blasts and performing combo attacks. However, the shadow creature was agile and dodged their attacks with ease.
We can't let this thing get away. Concentrate on attacking together.
You're right, Vegeta. If we fight them as a team, we can overcome anything.
The four Saiyans synchronized their movements, attacking in harmony. Broly unloaded titanic blows. Gohan used his agility and advanced techniques, while Goku and Vegeta coordinated their energies to create a combined assault. Despite their efforts, the shadow creature proved to be resilient and adaptable. It defended with cunning and counterattacked with fury. In a moment of tension, the shadow creature unleashed a dark glow that enveloped its form, transforming to an even more powerful and monstrous version.
It's getting stronger again!
It doesn't matter. I'll destroy it.
The battle intensified as the shadow creature, in its enhanced form, launched waves of dark energy and unleashed more devastating attacks. The Saiyans, however, did not back down. Despite the gravity of the situation, their determination burned stronger than ever.
There's no limit to our strength when we fight together! Come on, guys, we can't lose!
This thing doesn't know who it's messing with. Get ready for what's coming.
Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta channeled their energies to the maximum, shaking the earth under the intensity of their combined power. In a unified act, the four Saiyans raised their ki to the limit and lunged towards the shadow creature with indomitable resolve. The shadow creature, now in its strengthened form, unleashed a dark energy that enveloped Broly, possessing the mighty Saiyan with a malevolent influence. Broly, his eyes now awash with shadows, stood before the other Saiyans with a menacing presence.
Broly, I won't let you be used as a puppet. We must save him. We won't let this thing manipulate Broly. Come on, guys, let's protect ourselves and save our friend.
This is getting more complicated than I thought. But no matter, we won't let the darkness win.
The battle began with the shadow creature using Broly's immense power against them. The controlled Saiyans' attacks were fierce, with waves of energy and bursts of ki that challenged even the most experienced warriors. The Saiyans dodged and counterattacked, but the shadow creature took advantage of Broly's brute strength to counter his moves.
We must weaken it enough to free Broly! Dad, Vegeta, let's follow the plan and attack in unison!
The three Saiyans coordinated, launching a series of swift and powerful attacks. However, the shadow creature moved with agility, dodging most of the blows and countering with blows of its own. Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, was showing superhuman endurance.
It's not enough! Broly, fight against this influence!
We must force him to break free. We're gonna give it our all.
In a moment of desperation, the Saiyans decided to raise their powers to the maximum. Goku transformed into Super Saiyan second stage, Gohan advanced his mystical form, and Vegeta unleashed his own power into Super Saiyan second stage. The three Saiyans surrounded Broly, launching a combination of flurry of powerful attacks.
Broly, resist! Don't let their darkness consume you!
The shadow creature, feeling the combined presence of the three Saiyan warriors, showed signs of weakness. However, in a desperate act, the dark energy intensified its hold on Broly, raising its power even higher, unleashing unbridled fury.
We can't give up! We're going to free Broly, whatever it takes!
The battle reached its climax as the three Saiyan warriors, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta, clashed against the shadow creature possessing Broly. The unleashed energy created a spectacle of flashes, explosions, and shockwaves that shook the battlefield. Goku, with his power as a Super Saiyan, moved with astonishing speed, launched energy blasts and accurate punches at the shadow creature. Gohan, in his mystical form, unleashed a combination of fast attacks and advanced techniques, seeking to weaken the dark possession that controlled Broly. Vegeta, in his Super Saiyan second phase form, displayed titanic power, coordinating his attacks with calculated precision.
Broly, listen to my voice! Don't be consumed by this darkness!
The shadow creature, however, resisted tenaciously, harnessing Broly's brute strength and ferocity to counter the Saiyan's attacks. Broly, under the Dark Possession, responded with unstoppable strength, his attacks more intense and uncontrolled.
We need to weaken that possession! Come on, guys, keep up the pressure!
This dark power won't last forever. We must resist!
The battle grew more frantic. With each passing moment, the shadow creature, sensing the threat of the Saiyans, intensified its hold on Broly, fusing its dark energy with the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan.
We can't back down now! Broly's our friend, and we won't let this darkness control him!
In a moment of perfect synchronization, the three Saiyans focused their energies into a coordinated attack. Goku launched a Kamehameha, Gohan unleashed a Masenko, and Vegeta fired a final flash, all aimed at the shadow creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the battlefield, creating an energy storm. However, when the light faded, the shadow creature and Broly still stood, visibly weakened but far from defeated.
It's not enough! We must find a way to free Broly from this possession!
At that moment, the shadow creature, taking advantage of the Saiyan's momentary weakness, launched a surprise attack, sending Goku and Gohan to the ground. Vegeta, with his rage in his eyes, stood up determined.
Enough's enough! We won't let this thing continue to manipulate Broly.
Vegeta concentrated his ki to the maximum, unleashing a new transformation. His intense blue aura transformed into an even brighter and more powerful hue.
Super Saiyan Blue!
The atmosphere itself seemed to tremble at the magnitude of the transformation. Vegeta, now in his evolved form, launched himself towards the shadow creature with renewed speed and power. Vegeta's transformation in Super Saiyan Blue evolved caused a dramatic change in the intensity of the battle. His bright blue aura flashed with overwhelming energy as he charged towards the shadowy creature and Broly, who was still under his influence.
It's time to put an end to this. Broly, I'll fight to free you from this darkness.
The shadow creature, sensing the threat posed by Super Saiyan Blue, adopted a defensive stance. On the other hand, Broly, his eyes still darkened, prepared to face Vegeta. Vegeta unleashed a flurry of quick and precise attacks, combining punches and kicks with astonishing speed. Each move was charged with the strength of the new form, and the shadow creature was forced to retreat in the face of Vegeta's fury.
Broly, regain control. I'll not allow this darkness to consume you.
Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, responded with impressive stamina. His attacks were brutal and uncontrolled, but Vegeta moved with a dexterity that defied expectations.
I need to find an opening in this possession.
In an act of bravery, Vegeta launched himself directly towards Broly. Their fists collided forcefully, and Vegeta, using all his skill, made precise strikes that temporarily weakened the dark influence.
Broly, fight this! You're stronger than this darkness!
The shadowy creature, seeing Vegeta's resistance, increased his energy and fused even more with Broly. Now the dark influence was more entrenched than ever, and Broly unleashed an explosion of wild power.
You can't stop me, Saiyan Prince!
Vegeta, not backing down, continued to engage Broly. The battle reached new heights as both warriors unleashed their most powerful attacks. Vegeta launched a Big Bang attack while Broly responded with a gigantic charge of dark energy. The collision of energies generated a huge explosion that blanketed the area. After the dust settled, Vegeta lay on the ground, clearly exhausted but not giving up.
I can't lose. My determination's stronger than your darkness.
The battle between Vegeta and Broly, who was possessed by the shadow creature, reached a critical point. The overflowing energy of the confrontation was spreading across the battlefield, distorting the air and creating palpable tension. At that crucial moment, Goku found himself regaining consciousness, stood up, and immediately went to Saiyan's Prince's side.
Vegeta, let's go! Let's give it all we've got!
Goku's transformation into Super Saiyan Phase 2 and joined the fray. The shadow creature, seeing the arrival of another Saiyan warrior, prepared to face the new threat.
Kakarot, you're just in time. This thing has gotten stronger with Broly.
We'll face it together! Broly, we won't let this darkness control you!
The three Saiyans stood in formation, ready to deal with the shadow creature fused with Broly. The intensity of the conflict increased even more, with flashes of energy and clashes of fists echoing throughout the battlefield.
Come on, Kakarot, let's attack in unison and free Broly.
I got it, Vegeta! Together, we'll free him!
The Saiyans coordinated their attacks, launching a combined blast towards the shadow creature. Despite their efforts, Broly's dark possession was still resisting, fueled by the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan. Broly, under the influence of the shadow creature, unleashed an uncontrolled fury. His attacks were unpredictable and devastating, putting the Saiyans on the defensive. Goku, Vegeta, and the shadow creature continued to exchange energy blasts and powerful blows.
Vegeta, we must break that possession! We can't let Broly fall into darkness!
Roger that, Kakarot. Let's keep attacking together.
Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, the fiery aura of the Saiyans lit up the sky, a visual manifestation of their mammoth power. Goku and Vegeta, feeling the weight of the battle, decided to take it a step further. They joined their energies in a symphony of power, a final bid to tear apart the shadows enveloping the evil presence. The shadow creature, on the brink of the abyss, responded with desperation. It raised its own power and the darkness churned with intensity as it struggled to resist the combined onslaught of the Saiyans. The clash of energies created a cataclysm of flashes and booms, shaking the battlefield to its core. At that critical moment, the energy explosion was unleashed with dazzling magnificence. The earth shook, and the shockwaves swept across the landscape, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, enveloped in the blanket of the explosion, were momentarily eclipsed by the blinding light and dancing shadow. When the shimmering luminosity faded, the Saiyans found themselves faced with a new scenario. On the ground lay Broly, his figure shrouded in a residual haze of the contest. The dark aura that had consumed him had finally dissipated. Stillness reigned on the battlefield. As the warriors approached with worried looks, the formidable warrior who now resisted, his power darkened, finally silenced.
We did it, Vegeta! Broly's free!
Yes, but this shadow creature's still a problem. We can't let our guard down.
Vegeta nodded grimly as they watched Broly, who lay on the ground, slowly recovering from the intense battle. However, at that moment of apparent calm, the shadow creature, cunning and unnoticed, had left Broly's possession to seek a new host. The dark entity swiftly swept into the shadows, unnoticed by the Saiyans, who still assessing their companion's condition. Silently, the shadow creature crept towards Gohan, who had been watching the battle from a distance. Gohan, oblivious to the threat looming over him, felt a shiver run down his spine, just as the shadow creature enveloped him with its dark presence. A momentary flash of its eyes indicated that something was terribly wrong. At that instant, Gohan, with a sudden alteration in his expression, went on guard without warning. His gaze, now posed by the shadow creature, glowed with a malevolence that contrasted with his gentle nature. Goku, noticing the sudden tension, turned towards Gohan, but before he could react, Gohan, under the influence of the shadow creature, moved with supernatural speed. The confrontation with Broly had left the Saiyans exhausted, and the shadow creature, seizing the opportunity, vanished into the darkness along with Gohan. Vegeta, realizing the situation, gritted his teeth in fury. The threat persisted, and now Gohan, a valuable ally, was in the hands of the shadows. Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for a new confrontation, aware that the battle had not yet come to an end. The tension in the air was palpable, as Goku and Vegeta, still worried about Broly, with determination, turned towards the place where the dark entity had vanished.
Damn it, where'd that thing go?
I don't know, Vegeta, but we must find it before it hurts Gohan!
The two Saiyans, quick as the wind, rushed towards where Gohan had been standing, their senses alert. The shadow creature, now inside Gohan, emerged from the shadows with a sinister laugh.
Ha 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 ha! Looks like they're not as cunning as they thought. Now I have a new toy for my plans. Get out of Gohan, you damn creature!
I'll not allow you to possess my son!
Ha! You think you could stop me? My power possesses even more of your combined forces. Do not underestimate the Saiyans. We have overcome greater challenges than you.
Leave Gohan and face your fate, creature. You'll not be victorious.
The shadow creature, now in control of Gohan, smiled malevolently before responding.
We'll see how long you can resist. Gohan is now an instrument of my will.
The shadow creature possessing Gohan unleashed a burst of dark energy that distorted the surrounding space. Goku and Vegeta suddenly found themselves during a chaotic confrontation, with Gohan now transformed into an instrument of the malevolent entity. The waves of energy radiating from Gohan's possessed figure created an ominous aura that filled the battlefield, defying the Saiyans' endurance and determination. The Saiyans, in their Super Saiyan Blue form, prepared for the impending clash. The shadow creature, using Gohan's body, moved with supernatural agility, dodging the Saiyans' first attacks with grace and malice. Gohan, his eyes now filled with darkness, lunged at Goku with astonishing speed. Goku blocked Gohan's first few blows with difficulty, feeling the enhanced strength and speed of his new controlled son. The fight was intense, each move charged with power and ferocity. Meanwhile, Vegeta positioned himself strategically, assessing the situation, looking for an opening to attack. The shadow creature, through Gohan, unleashed a flurry of attack, which devastating blows that kept Goku on the defensive. However, Goku's ability to adapt quickly to the battle allowed him to counter the attacks and counterattack with his own overwhelming power. Vegeta, sensing an opportunity, lunged at the shadow creature from an unexpected angle. However, the dark entity had sharp reflexes and deflected Vegeta's attack with ease, throwing Gohan against Goku as a distraction. The Shadows creature's strategy paid off, as it took advantage of the distraction to hit Vegeta with a beam of dark energy. Vegeta, although he resisted the impact, was momentarily weakened. The entity, now with a malevolent smile, turned to him.
Damn it! This isn't over, Shadow Creature.
Goku, reacting quickly, stepped between the Shadow Creature and Vegeta.
Vegeta, hold on! We can't let this thing divide us.
The Shadow Creature, enjoying the chaos at its zone, released a dark aura that enveloped both Saiyans. The dark energy sought to confuse and weaken their senses. However, the Saiyans' instinctive connection to Ki enabled them to resist the dark influence. The battle raged in a frenzy of clashing colors and energies. Gohan, controlled by the Shadow Creature, moved with a mixture of speed and agility that defied the laws of physics. Goku and Vegeta, each focusing on their own battlefront, were trying to coordinate their attacks to free Gohan from the dark possession.
Gohan, fight this darkness! You're stronger than this!
Gohan, though showing flashes of resistance, was caught in an internal struggle between his will and the Shadow Creature's control. The battle grew more challenging. With each passing second, the Shadow Creature reveled in its ability to manipulate and corrupt one of Earth's mightiest warriors. Vegeta, recovering from the earlier onslaught, threw himself back into the fray. The Shadow Creature, however, anticipated his attack and gracefully dodged Vegeta's attempts to strike it. The Dark Entity counterattacked with a series of precise blows that forced Vegeta to retreat.
You damn Shadow, don't underestimate the Prince of the Saiyans.
Goku, seeing his partner's difficulty, raised his power to the maximum. Dazzling energy emanated from his Super Saiyan Blue form as he prepared for a concentrated attack. The Shadow Creature, noticing the glowing threat, diverted its attention to Goku.
Vegeta, keep up the pressure! I'm gonna concentrate my energy to free Gohan!
Vegeta nodded and increased his offensive, distracting the Shadow Creature as Goku concentrated his power. The fight reached a new level of intensity, with each move echoing across the vast battlefield. The energy collided, creating shockwaves that distorted reality itself. Goku, eyes glowing with determination, unleashed his most powerful attack. A sphere of glowing blue energy formed in his outstretched hands. Charged with the combined strength of the Saiyans, the spear grew in size and the power as Goku had held it in place.
It's time to free Gohan!
The Shadow Creature, realizing the threat, moved quickly to stop Goku's attack. Vegeta, taking advantage of the distraction, lunged with renewed fury, looking for an opening to attack. The battle reached its climax when Goku released the energy sphere, ascending it directly towards the Shadow Creature. The energy sphere burst into a dazzling flash, illuminating the battlefield with intense light. Shockwaves swept through the darkness as Goku's purifying energy sought to free Gohan from the Shadow Creature's possession. However, as the light faded and the earth stopped shaking, the Shadow Creature emerged seemingly unharmed. The Dark Entity, now irritated, turned to the Saiyans with a twisted laugh.
Is that all you can do? My power is unbreakable.
Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for the next assault. The battle, far from ending, dragged on into confrontation of epic proportions. Darkness and light collided in an endless clash, with the will of the Saiyans resisting against the entity that threatened to plunge them into the shadows. The Dark Creature, after resisting Goku's powerful attack, showed a malicious smile. A dark glow enveloped Gohan, and his body began to tremble with intensity. A guttural scream echoed through the air as the Dark Entity forced a unique transformation on the Saiyan warrior. Gohan, under the Shadow Creature's influence, contorted and his body was enveloped in a dark, feral energy. The earth trembled with the intensity of the transformation, and Gohan's figure began to change. Defined musculature, red eyes, a wild gaze, long gray hair, and emerging in the new form, Gohan Dark Beast. Vegeta and Goku, shocked by the unexpected evolution, instinctively recoiled from the overwhelming presence of Dark Gohan Beast. The Shadow Creature had accomplished what it could not do with Broly, unleash a unique and uncontrolled transformation on Gohan. Dark Beast Gohan, now freed from any hint of rationality, roared skyward, emitting an overwhelming energy that shook the battlefield. His eyes glowed with an animalistic intensity, and his posture indicated that human control was suppressed.
This can't be happening. What did that thing do?
The shadow creature managed to unlock something inside Gohan. This won't be easy.
The shadow creature, pleased with the success of its manipulation, watched the scene with satisfaction.
Now, witness my true power, the Saiyan Beast Warrior. How do you plan to stop him?
Dark Beast Gohan let out a deafening roar and lunged towards Vegeta with impressive speed. Dark Beast Gohan's attacks were ferociously savage, his brute strength and speed surpassing even Broly's most rampaging transformation. Vegeta, using his speed and agility, dodged Dark Beast Gohan's first attacks. However, the Saiyan Beast Warrior's ferocity was unpredictable, and Vegeta was forced to deploy all his skill to stay out of range of the devastating attacks. Goku, assessing the situation, transformed into Super Saiyan Blue and rushed to Vegeta's aid. The two Saiyans fought in tactical coordination, looking to open an opportunity to counter Gohan's savage new form. The battle became a whirlwind of energy, with explosions and crashes echoing across the battlefield. The shadow creature in the shadows continued to manipulate and fuel Dark Beast Gohan's fury. The Saiyan strategy was becoming more and more challenging as Dark Beast Gohan seemed to be one step ahead, anticipating their moves.
Damn it! Gohan Beast is too unpredictable.
We must find a way to free Gohan from this transformation. We can't let the shadow control his true power.
As the Saiyans faced Gohan Beast's fury, the shadow creature watched from the shadows, enjoying the chaos he had unleashed. The situation was becoming more critical with each passing moment, and the Saiyans' endurance was being tested in the face of Beast Gohan's uncontrollable fury. The battle raged on in a titanic struggle between light and darkness, with the hope of freeing Gohan from the influence of the shadow creature hanging in delicate balance. The Saiyans, determined to overcome this challenge, faced an enemy that had managed to unleash an even greater internal threat than before. While the intense battle raged on the battlefield, Piccolo, the Namekian sage, was immersed in his mental training somewhere secluded. His concentration was so deep that he could feel an abrupt shift in ki, a disturbance that reverberated through space and time. A shiver ran down his back, indicating the gravity of the situation.
Something's not right.
The Namekian instantly stood up, his cloak billowing as he focused on the direction of the glowing chaos. The power he felt was not just brute force. It was an amalgam of dark energies that seemed to defy the very essence of reality. Wasting no time, Piccolo prepared to approach this side of the conflict. Back on the battlefield, Goku and Vegeta fought valiantly against Dark Beast Gohan, who moved with uncontrollable ferocity under the influence of the shadow creature. The dark entity, sensing Piccolo's arrival, smirked.
Looks like we have a new guest. This just gets more interesting.
Goku and Vegeta focused on Gohan Beast, noticing Piccolo's presence as he appeared on the battlefield with a serenity that contrasted with the surrounding chaos.
What happened here? What have you done with Gohan?
That shadow thing possessed Gohan and transformed it into a wild beast. We can't free Gohan this way. The shadow creature manipulates his power in unimaginable ways.
Dark Beast Gohan, noticing Piccolo's arrival, turned to him with wild eyes. The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos, prepared for the next act of this heartbreaking play.
Welcome, Piccolo. You're just in time to witness the inevitable downfall of these Saiyans.
Don't underestimate the Saiyans or my determination. I'm here to free Gohan.
The Namekian braced himself for the confrontation, deploying his ki with an intensity that made it clear he would not be a mere spectator in this battle. Dark Beast Gohan, fueled by the shadowy influence, roared and lunged towards Piccolo with a speed that defied all logic. The battle became even more chaotic with Piccolo's entrance. His movements were precise and calculated, contrasting with the wild ferocity of Dark Beast Gohan. Goku and Vegeta, aware of Piccolo's strategic skill, adjusted their approach to coordinate their attacks with the Namekian. Meanwhile, the shadow creature watched the battle with a Machiavellian smile, enjoying the confrontation between the forces of light and shadow. The dark entity was determined to prove that its influence was insurmountable. The fight unfolded in a whirlwind of colliding energies, with Piccolo demonstrating his tactical and strategic prowess. Dark Beast Gohan, however, remained a formidable challenge, his erratic movements and uncontrolled strength testing the tenacity of the warriors on the battlefield.
Goku, Vegeta, we need to plan to break the connection between Gohan and that shadow creature.
You're right, Piccolo. We need to attack from different fronts and destabilize that connection. I'll take care of keeping Beast Gohan busy. Kakarot, you use the connection you have with your son to try to isolate the shadow creature.
Goku and Vegeta, coordinating their efforts with Piccolo's strategic expertise, went on the assault. Piccolo used his wisdom to be able to devise a way to get Dark Beast Gohan out of said possession, while Vegeta unleashed his fury with calculated attacks to keep the beast at bay. As the battle continued, the Shadow Creature began to feel the pressure of the combined strategy of the Saiyans and Piccolo. The connection between Gohan and the Dark Entity was under threat, and the Shadow Creature, despite its confidence, was beginning to show signs of concern. The battle was far from over, but the warriors' resilience was growing stronger in the face of the adversity that loomed over them. As Piccolo continued his mental struggle to free Gohan from the Shadow Creature's possession, his Namekian senses sharpened. Keen perception led him to identify a small shadow leech clinging to Dark Beast Gohan's lower neck, a detail that had not been evident in Broly's previous possession due to his long hair covering that region.
That's it. The key in this little shadow leech on his neck. We must eliminate it to free Gohan.
Piccolo's revelation attracted the attention of Vegeta and Goku on the physical battlefield. Vegeta, upon hearing this, turned his gaze to the back of Gohan Beast's dark neck and noticed the presence of the Shadow Leech.
A Shadow Leech? That explains why we couldn't free Broly this way.
How do we eliminate it without harming Gohan?
As Piccolo struggled to maintain his mental connection, he analyzed this situation and came up with a strategy.
If we attack the Shadow Leech directly, we might harm Gohan in the process. We need a precise way to eliminate it without endangering his life.
So what's the plan, Piccolo?
Goku, you've mastered Ultra Instinct, but you can only maintain it for a few seconds. We need to take advantage of those brief moments to distract Dark Beast Gohan and allow you to get close enough to destroy the Shadow Leech.
Understood, Piccolo. I'll do my best.
But how do we make sure Beast Gohan doesn't attack while Kakarot's approaching? That's the tricky part. We need to keep Gohan busy and distracted. Vegeta, your attacks must be precise and constant, keeping his attention on you.
I will, but Kakarot, don't make me regret this.
The battle resumed with renowned intensity. Vegeta went on the offensive, attacking Gohan Dark Beast with a series of swift and powerful blows. Gohan responded with ferocity, but Vegeta maintained agile, dodging his attacks while keeping the savage Saiyan warrior's attention. At that moment, Goku concentrated, channeling Ultra Instinct. An aura of flickering energy surrounded him as he activated the powerful transformation. His speed increased exponentially, allowing him to easily dodge Dark Beast Gohan's attacks.
Now, Goku, now's your chance.
Goku in his Ultra Instinct state moved with superhuman speed towards Gohan's rear. The Shadow Creature, still focused on the fierce confrontation with Vegeta, did not notice Goku's approach.
This is my chance to end this!
With pinpoint accuracy, Goku reached out his hand and touched the small Shadow Leech on Gohan's neck. The leech, upon being touched by the Ultra Instinct energy, began to fade, emitting a dark screech before dissolving completely. Dark Beast Gohan, losing connection with the Shadow Leech, shook violently, as if releasing himself from a trance. Vegeta, noticing the change, cautiously stepped back as Goku returned to his normal state.
What happened?
Kakarot seems to have found a way to free you from that thing.
It was risky, but it worked.
Well done, Goku, but don't let your guard down. This Shadow Creature might have more tricks up its sleeve.
The immediate threat had been neutralized. The Shadow Creature, watching from the shadows, moving away unnoticed by the Saiyan warriors, was not about to give up, so the Shadow Creature set out to return to its master. After the terrifying moment that the Z warriors had experienced, Goku and Vegeta realized that Beerus and Whis were not on Earth. They had disappeared just moments before the Shadow Creatures appeared on Earth. This is because Daishinkan discovered that Zeno-sama had been killed by his father and immediately summoned all the angels and gods of destruction. In the majestic realm of all, Daishinkan, the High Priest, summoned all the angels and gods of destruction of the existing universes. The atmosphere in the hall was unusually tense, and concern was reflected in the faces of those present. Daishinkan, with his usual calmness, prepared to share the disturbing truth he had discovered.
Angels and gods of destruction, the time has come to face a powerful truth. Zeno-sama, our beloved king of all, has been slain.
Silence fell over the hall. The angels and the gods of destruction exchanged looks of disbelief and dismay. No one expected that such a tragedy could occur, especially at the hands of someone so powerful.
My investigation revealed that the one responsible for this abominable act
was Zeno-sama's own father. The news resounded like a somber echo in the room. Everyone present processed the shocking revelation. The omnipresent figure of Zeno-sama, the supreme deity, had been shattered by his own protagonist. Mohito, Sidra's angel, spoke in a worried voice. How is it possible that a being as powerful as Zeno-sama's father could have committed such an act? That is a question for which I still have no answers. But now we must face the consequences of this event. The stability of the multiverse is in danger. Arak, the god of destruction of Quitella, asked, And what measures will we take in the face of this threat? What'll happen to the throne of Zeno-sama? That is a question we must discuss and resolve. For now, the throne remains empty, and our duty is to maintain peace and balance. But before we make hasty decisions, we need to fully understand the magnitude of this situation. Beerus and Whis prepared to inform the gods of destruction and angels of all universes about what they had witnessed while on planet Earth with Goku and Vegeta. The Hall of the Realm of Everything was filled with celestial beings, each one expectant and worried about the news they were about to receive. Attention everyone! We have crucial information to share about the events that have been unfolded. Before we are summoned here, the father of Zeno-sama appeared on all the planets of the multiverse. Surprise was reflected on the faces of those present. Murmurs and whispers filled the room, as the gods of destruction and angels exchanged looks of disbelief. His visit was not simply to report the death of Zeno-sama. He announced the holding of the tournament that would determine the survival of the planets in each universe. Additional rumors filled the room, creating a constant buzz of concern. The gods of destruction and angels wanted to understand the implications of such an announcement. He informed the rules of the tournament and the intentions behind such a competition, but it's necessary that we all work together to get answers and face this threat. It is time to join forces and overcome this crisis. The fate of our universes is at stake. As the gods and angels absorbed the gravity of the situation, in every corner of the Hall of the Realm of Everything, conversations and plans were brewing to confront the mysterious tournament that threatened to upset the balance of the multiverse. Uncertainty hung in the air, but the determination of the divine beings was determined to face the unknown that lay ahead. In the Hall of Everything, Daishinkan, the High Priest, sensed the imminent arrival of extremely powerful entities heading for the different planets of the multiverse. His face reflected seriousness as he prepared to inform all the angels and gods of destruction present of the coming threat. Gods and angels of destruction, the time has come to face a new and challenging threat. Entities of great power are headed towards the planets of our universes, and their goal seems to be a direct confrontation with the strongest warriors of each world. The expressions of those present became serious. Aware of the gravity of the situation, Daishinkan continued with determination. It's crucial that we move quickly to protect the strongest warriors of each planet, regardless of which universe they belong to. The threat we face does not respect universal boundaries, and we must act with unity to preserve the balance. Vados, the Angel of Champa, raised his hand. How do you plan for us to move, Daishinkan? We each have responsibilities in our universes. I understand the complexity of this situation, but the magnitude of this threat requires immediate action. I suggest that every angel and god of destruction move to the planets threatened by this unknown force. We must prevent the strongest warriors from being defeated before we can fully understand our enemies. Sounds like a sensible plan, Daishinkan. If we all work together, we can protect our warriors and gain more information about these powerful entities. Each angel and god of destruction nodded in agreement, accepting the need to act immediately. They moved quickly to the various planets, casting aside universal barriers in a joint effort to safeguard the multiverse. May the wisdom and power of each of you guide this effort. Let us not underestimate this new threat. Our duty is to protect the existence of our universes. With those words, the angels and gods of destruction dispersed, leaving the Hall of All in preparation to face a challenge that transcended universal boundaries and demanded the collaboration of all divine beings. Uncertainty hung in the air, but determination to preserve the balance of the multiverse guided the powerful beings in their joint mission. The angels and gods of destruction quickly teleported to the threatened planets, each determined to protect the strongest warriors on the various planets. In the blink of an eye, the skies lit up with flashes of divine energy as Awamo and Ewin, Cognac and Quitella, Matanu and Geen, Wissambiris, and the other angels and gods of destruction headed toward their assigned destinations. The planet Thraxis Nocturnae lay peaceful in the corner of the cosmos, its nocturnal luminosity radiating a tranquility that was about to be disturbed. In the vast space, Awamo the angel, with his small book in hand, and his god of destruction Ewin, an imposing figure with a stern gaze, detected the arrival of a shadow creature, a minion of Zeno-sama's father. The creature, shrouded in malevolent darkness, descended with malevolent determination towards Thraxis Nocturnae. Ewin, without hesitation, deployed his energy of destruction while Awamo stood by, hoping to resolve the conflict without a bath of chaos. "Creature, your darkness will not be tolerated in this realm. Stop your destructive plans." The shadow creature emanated a guttural growl, its presence emanating an unnatural energy that distorted the space around it. The space battle began with an explosion of opposing forces. Ewin launched destructive beams, while Awamo used his speed to dodge the attacks and assess the situation. "Ewin, this creature's stronger than we imagined. We must be cautious." "I know, Awamo, but we can't let him destroy Thraxis Nocturnae. We must give our best." The shadow creature, agile and evasive, responded to the attacks with dark energy waves that distorted space. The battle spread across the firmament, leaving traces of destructive energy in its wake. Ewin tried to anticipate the creature's movements. However, the shadow creature proved to be agile and adaptive, countering every strategy with an unmatched dark force. "Our conventional methods don't work. Ewin, we need to combine our forces." "I agree, Awamo. It's time to show them the true power of destruction." Awamo and Ewin merged their energies, creating a flash of light that defied the surrounding darkness. The shadow creature, perceiving the threat, intensified its own energy, generating a collision of cosmic forces that shook space itself. The battle reached a fever pitch, with cosmic explosions lighting up the scene as Awamo and Ewin struggled to contain the darkness. The struggle took place not only on the physical plane, but also on the spiritual one, where the will to protect Thraxis Nocturnae was pitted against the ruthless ambition of the shadow creature. The fusion of Awamo and Ewin unleashed a dazzling energy that eclipsed even the nocturnal luminosity of Thraxis Nocturnae. The gold and violet glow enveloped the divine couple as they prepared to face the dark threat looming over the peaceful planet. "It's time to show the true extent of our power, Awamo." The shadow creature, aware of the growing threat, rushed towards them with supernatural speed. Awamo, with his keen perception, anticipated every movement of the creature, allowing the couple to dodge its onslaughts with heavenly elegance. "Keep calm, Ewin. We must synchronize our movements to counteract their darkness." Ewin nodded and unleashed a series of destructive energy blasts that lit up the space around him. However, the shadow creature responded with amazing agility, dodging every attack with meandering movements. The battle became a cosmic game of strategy and speed. The angel Awamo and the god of destruction Ewin soon realized that in order to defeat this entity, they would need a coordinated attack that transcended the limits of their individual abilities. In a moment of perfect timing, they unleashed a gale of combined energy. Awamo channeled the energy of destruction while Ewin released violet flashes of destruction. "Focus your energy, Awamo. Let's get rid of this darkness once and for all." Awamo nodded and joined the attack with determination. The fused energy of both angel and god turned into a spear of golden and violet light that pierced through space with an impressive speed. The shadow creature, caught in the torrent of power, let out a heart-rending howl as it was enveloped by the luminosity. The impact was abysmal, generating an expansive wave that shook the cosmos. The darkness that enveloped the creature began to dissipate, revealing its twisted and weakened form. Awamo and Ewin, exhausted but triumphant, stood on guard ready for any eventuality. "We have managed to contain their darkness, but we can't let our guard down." The shadow creature, now visibly weakened, recoiled before the imposing presence of Awamo and Ewin. the light had prevailed over the darkness in the cosmic corner of Thraxis Nocturne. The divine couple remained firm in their duty to protect the planet that this creature wanted to destroy. However, the battle was not yet over, and the fates of the planets remained uncertain in the vastness of space. After the shocked combined attack of Owamo and Ewin, the space around Thraxis Nocturne was vibrating with the residual energy of the cosmic battle. The shadow creature, apparently weakened, remained suspended in the cosmic void, enveloped in a dark glow that seemed to absorb the surrounding light. The divine couple watched cautiously, aware that the fate of Thraxis Nocturne was still hung in the cosmic balance.
Ewin, something's not right. The darkness of that creature seems to be getting stronger instead of weaker.
It seems that our attack has absorbed by her, but it shouldn't be possible. How can he transform our energy of destruction to his own power?
The shadow creature, now surrounded by a more intense aura, began to change its shape. Its twisted figure became more defined. His eyes shone with a malevolent lucidity. The darkness emanating from her was becoming denser, distorting the space around her.
You have underestimated my true potential, angel and god of destruction. Your energy has strengthened me beyond your comprehension.
The divine couple prepared for what was to come next, aware that the threat they faced had evolved. The shadow creature, now empowered by the absorbed energy, charged towards them with renewed speed and ferocity.
We need to be more cautious, Ewin. It seems that every blow we inflict makes her stronger.
Understood, Owamo, but we can't allow this darkness to devour Thraxis Nocturne.
The battle resumed with increased intensity. The shadow creature attacked with bursts of dark energy that cut through space, while Owamo and Ewin responded with flashes of golden and violet light. The cosmic dance of lights and shadows painted an epic picture in the vastness of the universe. Each blow and backlash echoed like thunder in space, distorting reality itself. Owamo, with his keen perception, tried to anticipate the movements of the dark creature, but the dark entity proved to be unpredictable. Ewin, with his energy of destruction, sought to weaken the creature, but his attacks seemed to be absorbed and turned into an additional source of power.
Every time we hit her, her power increases. We can't go on like this.
We must find a way to counteract his ability to absorb our energy. Do you have any ideas, Owamo?
Owamo pondered for a moment, his angelic mind working in search of a solution. Meanwhile, the shadow creature, aware of its opponent's confusion, took the opportunity to launch a surprise attack. A wave of dark energy enveloped Owamo and Ewin, distorting their perception and weakening their defenses.
Ha 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 ha! Your resistance is useless. I am the embodiment of darkness. His light cannot prevail before me.
The situation was becoming more and more desperate for the divine couple as they struggled to resist the shadow creature's attacks. Owamo turned his attention to the small book he always carried with him. An idea began to form in his mind.
Ewin, I think I have an idea, but we need to synchronize our attacks in a different way.
Explain yourself, Owamo.
Owamo explained his plan to Ewin, who nodded in understanding. Both God and Angel prepared to put their strategy into practice. The shadow creature, confident in its superiority, launched into the attack again, but this time Owamo and Ewin were ready to respond differently.
Now, Ewin, combine your energy of destruction with mine in a more controlled way.
Ewin nodded and channeled his energy to Owamo, who, in turn, merged it with his. Instead of launching a direct attack, they created a sphere of combined light and energy that floated between them.
Do you think this tactic will change the outcome? We'll see.
The energy sphere began to slowly expand, emanating a glowing light that contrasted the surrounding darkness. The shadow creature, curious but confident, watched the development with disdain.
The fused power is not only destructive, but it also has properties that counteract its absorption capacity.
The combined energy sphere, now reaching its maximum expansion, released a wave of light and energy that enveloped the shadow creature. This time, instead of absorbing the power, the darkness that characterized her began to dissipate.
What is this? My power should not be weakened. We create an energy that goes beyond destruction and creation, one that neutralizes the darkness that you're trying to absorb.
The shadow creature, weakened by Owamo and Iwin's strategic counterattack, retreated as the combined energy sphere continued to exert its effect. The light emanating from the sphere began to purify the darkness surrounding the entity, revealing its original form before corruption.
It seems our tactic's working, but we must make sure we contain it completely. We can't let our guard down. Let's continue with the strategy until the creature's completely neutralized.
The space battle continued, but this time Owamo and Iwin had the upper hand. His sphere of combined energy continued to exert its purifying effect, dispelling the darkness that threatened Thraxus Nocturne. With each passing moment, the shadow creature grew weaker. The light of hope began to shine in the corner of the cosmos that was once on the verge of destruction. The shadow creature, weakened by Owamo and Iwin's strategy, retreated into space, its distorted form twisting as the combined energy sphere continued to purify the darkness that enveloped it. In a desperate attempt to regain his strength, the shadow creature began to explore its surroundings, looking for an opportunity to turn the situation in his favor.
My power is weakened here. I need to find a place where darkness prevails.
While exploring, the shadow creature noticed something that favored him. His eyes flashed with malevolent anticipation as he discovered that this world was called Thraxus Nocturne because it was a planet plunged into shadows. The dark entity smiled malevolently as he realized that this planet could provide the darkness needed to revitalize his power.
Ha 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 ha! Thraxus Nocturne, a feast of darkness awaits me!
With amazing speed, the shadow creature launched itself towards the planet, traversing space with great speed. Owamo and Iwin, aware of his intentions, followed closely, determined to stop any attempt by the shadow creature to plunge into the darkness of the planet. As the creature approached Thraxus Nocturne, the darkness of the planet seemed to intensify, as if responding to its presence. The planet's nighttime atmosphere shone with a faint luminosity, offering a fascinating contrast to the surrounding stars.
Iwin, we must prevent the creature from being filled with dark power. If she succeeds, it'll be even more difficult to stop her. Understood, Owamo. We'll not allow the darkness of this planet to fall into the hands of that entity.
The shadow creature descended on Thraxus Nocturne with a terrifying impetus. As she approached, the darkness seemed to take her in, enveloping her with a gloomy welcome. The shadow creature began to absorb the darkness of the planet, its twisted form vibrating with a new energy as it filled with the essence of Thraxus Nocturne.
Ha 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 ha! Yes, this darkness will strengthen me. Nothing can stop me now.
Owamo and Iwin, wasting no time, headed towards the shadow creature, determined to stop its advance before it became unstoppable. The battle in the shadows of Thraxus Nocturne was about to take a very drastic turn.
We cannot allow this darkness to completely corrupt this creature. We must stop her before she becomes invincible. Your previous strategy was effective, Owamo. Let's keep working together to counter his power.
Deep in the shadows of Thraxus Nocturne, the intense presence of the absorbing shadow creature did not go unnoticed by the most powerful warriors on the planet. Turles, Bardock, Raditz, Frieza, and his brother Cooler felt the darkness increasing around them and, with a mixture of amazement and concern, headed toward the epicenter of the threat.
Something's not right. The darkness in this place is getting denser.
Whatever it is, we cannot let it threaten Thraxus Nocturne. Let's investigate.
The warriors moved nimbly across the gloomy terrain, advancing towards the source of the darkness. As they got closer, the atmosphere became heavier, as if the shadow itself wanted to resist their advance.
The darkness is different. I feel a strange pressure. I'm not afraid of the dark, but this is unusual. Cooler, stay alert.
Understood, Frieza. Let's find out what's going on.
Suddenly, a wave of dark energy erupted before them, revealing the shadow creature that was absorbing the darkness of the planet. His twisted figure and malevolent aura were as evident as the threat he posed to Thraxus Nocturne.
Warriors of this planet, his darkness feeds me. Soon I will be unstoppable.
We won't let you destroy Thraxus Nocturne. Get ready, creature.
The warriors went on the attack, each unleashing their unique power against the dark entity. Turles unleashed his evil aura, releasing bursts of destructive energy. Bardock channeled his Saiyan fury into powerful blows, while Raditz and Cooler coordinated their attacks to create a symphony of destruction. Frieza intensifying the struggle.
This creature doesn't know who he's up against.
Your resistance is useless. Each blow only increases my power.
The shadow creature, powered by the darkness of Thraxus Nocturne, absorbed attacks with defiant ease. Each impact seemed to strengthen rather than weaken it, plunging the warriors into the disturbing reality that they were facing an enemy that fed on its own darkness.
It's not working. He's getting stronger and stronger.
We need to change our strategy. We can't let it absorb all the darkness on the planet.
While the warriors struggled to find an effective strategy, the shadow creature, with its distorted laughter, continued to absorb the darkness, becoming more and more powerful. The Battle of Thraxus Nocturne's survival was at its most critical, and the warriors knew that they had to find a solution before the dark entity became invincible. The dark aura released by the shadow creature enveloped the warriors of Thraxus Nocturne, gradually weakening them. The warriors struggled to stay on their feet as the entity's malevolent energy infiltrated their bodies, obscuring their vital forces.
This is it. Too much.
I can't let that defeat us like this.
The warriors, despite their bravery, were overcome by the darkness emanating from the aura of the shadow creature. At that critical moment, when hope seemed to be fading, a heavenly light pierced the shadows. Owamo and Ewin, the angels charged with protecting Thraxus Nocturne, arrived on the battlefield.
The darkness emanating from this creature is breathtaking. We cannot allow it to take over this planet. Time to show these warriors how to fight true darkness.
The angel spread his wings, and together with the god of destruction, they advanced towards the shadow creature, his presence radiating a luminosity that defied the malevolent nature of the dark aura. As it approached, the dark entities sensed the arrival of divine beings and turned to face the new threat.
More insignificant beings. His light will be devoured by my darkness. Don't underestimate the power of light. Darkness cannot resist the true essence of creation.
Owamo extended his hand, and a purifying light enveloped the battlefield, counteracting the dark effect of the creature's aura. Ewin, on the other hand, deployed the energy of destruction, creating a perfect balance between light and darkness. The shadow creature, for the first time, felt the pressure of forces that it could not easily absorb or resist. The conflict took a turn, and the battle became more intense as the angel and god of destruction faced the dark entity with the unique combination of light and destruction.
The real struggle starts now. We'll protect Thraxus Nocturne from the darkness you represent.
The fight between the angels and the shadow creature reached impressive levels, with bursts of energy illuminating the dark planet of Thraxus Nocturne. Meanwhile, the warriors, freed from the debilitating effects of the dark aura, watched the fight, hoping that their planet would not be destroyed. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.